It's a brand new season of the Coast to Coast Racing League. As Cool Ray, the Coast to Coast Racing League presents Monday Night Madness, brought to you by the Oswego Speedway, live from the Speed Palace of Port Royal Speedway in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. We begin our Monday night coverage this season with our B Division Rebels. The Rebels are brought to you by Langdon Mechanical. As we welcome you to our Tim Chapman Racing pre-race show. They don't call it the Speed Palace for nothing, folks, and you're about to see why later on tonight. So glad you could join us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Marty Sakala alongside Isaac Salas. Isaac, we got a brand new season in store. We've reset the points to 0, and with the way the schedule looks this season, with the car counts we got to meet through, we're in for another banging year tonight.
Yeah, man. I was looking at the schedule today, and it's shaping up to be one of those seasons where it's like, if it's good luck one week, you might have bad luck next week, and I think it's going to keep the points pretty close. I think you're going to see some guys that really love certain tracks kind of have like put together a couple good weeks, and then maybe flutter or just kind of have an off week. It's going to provide for some fun racing. I think it's gonna be intense, especially in Rebels and especially in the Renegades here with all the new things that we've kind of done this season.
Absolutely, couple of rule changes we'll talk about when we get later on here on the show. Actually, we'll talk about it when we get to the top of the hour. Like I said, we are in for a big treat tonight here at the Port Royal Speedway. We went here for the first time ever last season. As you take a look at the Speed Palace, it put on one heck of a show. Speeds of nearly 120 miles an hour into the corners. A lot of side-by-side racing. This is not just a Speed Palace, but this is also an action track.
Yeah, I think the big thing here is that high side, obviously, is gonna be insanely good for a lot of people here. But that you can't get lost there, because that low side actually will kind of surprise you sometimes, especially on the restarts here. I was watching the Raiders race here earlier, and there was guys making moves on just the restarts that were like, I was like, holy smokes! So I could just about imagine what we're in for tonight.
As we take a look at one of our drivers are going to be watching out here for on the track tonight, that of course is Andy Patton in car number 87. Let's pop up the graphics here for you folks at home so you can see how the times are shaping up here at the moment. Brandon Templeton quickest at a 15:4:49. Andy Patton second. Joe Halter third. Kevin Fry fourth. And Ralph Connor Jr. rounds out the top 5. Car count of 22 drivers here with us tonight, if not 21. But we should be in for a good one. Let's break down the Port Royal Speedway, the Speed Palace in Pennsylvania. A 0.54-mile long track, seeing 8,500. Banking between 12 to 15 degrees in the corners. A lot of progressive banking. This pretty much tells you if Knoxville and Williams Grove had a baby, this is the child they would have here, Isaac, pretty much.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And like I can reiterate here before, like, obviously super long straightaways. It's gonna be for some insane speeds. We've seen some pretty insane wrecks here. But going back to that, I think it's gonna be crazy fast. Should be good entertainment.
Absolutely. Here, as you watch the 68 of Neil Strausser making his move up from our our Wrestler/Raiders divisions last year, and moving up into the Rebel class. By the way, the Raiders, our novice division on Monday nights here. It just came off of their opening race of the season. It was Gavin Chatham that took home the race win. Zach Chapman was second, and Brad Waite rounded out the top 3. And here's a look at the quickest driver on the racetrack at the moment, Brandon Templeton with a 15:4:49, just about 700ths better, or excuse me, about 600ths better than Andy Patton out on the racetrack. If you're looking for other racers that enjoy racing without all the drama and name calling of normal iRacing, come out and join the Cool Ray Coast to Coast Racing League. 16 divisions that race 7 days a week and currently broadcast 12 of them. Members know that they are a part of something bigger than just the on-track experience. Go to www.c2cro.com and click on Apply to join in on the action. Joe Canellis also out there on the racetrack. He's driving car number 1, 6th quickest at a 15:62. Of the drivers we have out here. Of course, we normally see these big car counts here in the lower divisions, Isaac, and then once we get into the week 3s and the week 4s of the year, drivers will have to be set in their home divisions and have to place in the top 10 with under a 200 IL in order to make their way up to our Renegades later on tonight. So here is how tonight is going to go here for every single division. As always, we begin with our time trials that last 3 minutes, and then we go on to heat races. That'll be 8 laps. We'll determine our, normally our front row, I believe as well, our drivers that will start from 3rd and maybe even 4th as well tonight. We'll then have our B-main, which tonight will be a fun warm-up. Then we'll go to our warm-up watch, and then 25 laps for the Rebels, 30 laps for the Renegades. And here is a new rule that we have in qualifying this season in the Coast to Coast Racing League. If you qualify in the top 2, you are immediately locked into the show. What this does here is it prevents sandbagging from the fast drivers to try and make their way up throughout the field. If you start from 4th or 3rd in tonight, or I should say if you start from 4th in Heat 1 or Heat 2 and you get wrecked, no worries about that. You are locked into the show regardless. So time trials means everything for the drivers out here on the racetrack. Brandon Templeton sets the bar to 15:6:29. Joe Halter answers back with a 15:5:99. The Rebels track wet record here, by the way, at Port Royal, a 15:5:72. That was set by Keith Jackson. Joe Canellis quick time. It's a new track record. 15:5:53 for Joe Dirt Canellis in the number 1. Second lap time for the driver. The 1 is just off the pace. Kurt Schatzer 4th quick as he comes to the line. But watch out for Connor Ross. Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing League as he goes 4th quick at a 15:62. John Rayner 9th quick in the 3:02 machine as he makes his way off turn 4 to complete his second lap. Is this a better lap for him? It is. We'll see where he moves up to on the racetrack. And Rayner goes 15:87. He stays in 10th position. And here's the Outlaw Preston Kramer, the driver the fans go nuts for. Let's see here, Dustin Sargent meanwhile. Let's watch his second lap while we're at it, because he was quickest of everyone in sector number 2. Better in sector 1. We'll see if this is a pole lap for Big Money. Could it be a new track record? No, it's not. Off by 300ths on lap number 2. Here's the third of the Sargent brothers. Make this Will Sargent, or the Sargent family in general, I should say. As we've got under 1 minute left to go here in qualifying, Will Sargent across the line to complete lap number 2 is better, 13th at a 15:80. Brad Wade, meanwhile, comes across the line. Is he better than 6th quick on the racetrack? He is. He goes up to 4th quick at a 15:62. And so I believe that will do it for qualifying, which tonight, by the way, for those wondering at home, is brought to you by our friends at Flatline Racing Bodies. And with the pole, a new Rebels track record at a 15:5:53 in the number 1, smoking Joe Dirt Canellis gets it done here tonight. So the Joes, by the way, Joe Canellis and Joe Halter, smoking Joe Halter in second, Joe Dirt on the pole. They are locked into the show regardless of what happens.
That's a fun front row right there. Joe and Joe.
Absolutely. So we are set to go here for our first heat race of the evening. Our first heat is also our title sponsor for the Rebels here. Heat race number 1 is brought to you by Langdon Mechanical. At Langdon Mechanical, we are the second to none heating and air conditioning company in the Hamilton area and promise our customers our own professionally trained Langdon specialists will be there personally every step of the way. We guarantee your customer satisfaction from start to finish, including sales, installation, and maintenance service of your heating and/or cooling system. Every equipment sale, installation, and maintenance service call we make is backed 100% by Langdon. Look at the starting lineup here for heat race number 1. Isaac Salas and Andy Patton on row number 1. Brad Waite and Joe Canellis make up row number 2. Will Sargent and Roger Craig, the Bassman, in row number 3. And then Joseph Grandy and Ralph Connor Jr. make up the final row. No call for Will Sargent to the grid, by the way, so just a heads up there. We do have a couple of drivers starting for the rear in heats. Those drivers are, if they are in with us tonight, Joseph Grandy, Gary Taylor, Kevin Fry, and Kyle Sargent. So Joseph should be getting a heat EOL here for tonight. Drivers.
Marty,
Yeah, go ahead, Isaac.
apparently the session was messed up, so Joe and Joe are actually gonna have to race their way into the.
Oh, okay, so they will have to race their way in. Thank you for the heads up on that. Drivers tonight following the Steve King Foundation Pace Truck, formed to help the dirt track community across the country by providing financial assistance to drivers, pit crew members, race officials, track ops personnel, or the immediate families of those individuals who suffer serious illness, injury, or death. Let us know who you're rooting for in the chat tonight. We'll be sure to give you a shout out on the air. So 7 cars, 8 laps. Top everyone automatically transfers in. Bottom 3 will go to the B-main for fun, extra practice. Winner starts on pole position tonight. Isaac Salas and Andy Patton will bring us to the green flag. We're ready. Barney's got it in hand. Let's roll here at the Speed
I got a
Palace.
great fucking.
Oh my God.
Oh, apologies.
Isaac, it's only day number 1. Oh, and he's
I
off
know,
the
I'm
wall.
already making mistakes here. Jeez Louise.
Already side by side into turn number 3. Salas shuts the door on Andy Patton as slide job leads lap number 1. And you see Joseph Grady already up on the high side, just about biked it off of turn number 2. Top 4 all under a blanket. Here comes Joe Canellis, 3 wide for the race lead. Oh, contact with Andy Patton up on 2 wheels. Can he save it? Oh, a hard shot at the inside wall as he cartwheels into the infield into the pit lane. And so hello B-main for the driver of the 87. And here's the race for the lead. Isaac Salas and Joseph Grandy. Grandy up 5 spots for the drop of the green, up into second spot. Just had the quickest lap last time by with a 15.3. All on the back bumper of Isaac Salas as you ride on board with Joseph. Tries to take a peek underneath here. 3 laps to go. Again, pole position on the line for drivers here tonight. Salas now quickest last time by. Salas just ran a 15.4. Oh no, Grandy's gone! Grandy is gone, he is out of it! And so that moves Roger Craig into the 4th spot, and a big battle on the line between him and Ralph Connor Jr. Final lap, meanwhile, underway for Isaac Salas. Looking to start on pole position tonight. Was a Raiders driver last season. And making his way through turns number 3 and 4. Checkers are out. Salas starts on pole tonight for our 25-lap feature. Canellis second, White third, and Roger Craig edges out Ralph Connor Jr. for the 4th position at the end.
My apologies there. Jeez. I thought my mic was muted, so I'm sorry, guys.
We all have a slip on the tongue in a while, but it is 8 o'clock. I believe if it's 9 o'clock in the easternmost part of Canada, that's considered safe harbor hours. So I think you're good.
I'm gonna get fried over here. Gonna get a heat EOL next week.
Heat race number 2, meanwhile, brought to you by Venom Racing, the proud sponsor of the 358 Modifies and a proud sponsor of Isaac Salas, the proud team.
Heck yeah!
Lineup
Good for us.
Lineup for heat race number 2 looks like this. Preston Cranmer and Dustin Sargent on row number 1. Connor Ross and Joe Halter in row 2. Zach Chapman and Rich Holland row number 3. And Kevin Fry, Gary Taylor round out the field in row 4. Winner row start on the outside of row number 1 for our 25-lap feature tonight. A stacked heat race as well here, that's for sure, as we're set to take the green flag. Cranmer with a nice jump on Dustin Sargent as they make their way to turns 1 and 2. The Outlaw pulls away with the slight advantage. Connor Ross gets a bumper from Dustin Sargent. That puts him back to third position for right now. As Dustin throws the slider up into P2, he goes. Zach Chapman, meanwhile, bounces off the wall, but the race is on for second between Ross and Sargent. Isaac.
Yeah, coming down the backstretch, Dustin's always going to cross back up and stay behind him here. He's going to try to come down here, I think, in turn 1 and throw a slider here.
Nice race.
He tucks back in.
Nice race as well for the fourth spot. Joe Halter currently holding on to that final transfer spot at the moment. Zach Chapman, meanwhile, in a hot race with Kevin Fry for fifth. Here comes Big Money, who sends it into turns 3 and 4. Throws the slider up on Connor Ross, but Ross crisscrosses for the line. Sargent has second.
Yeah, and Connor's going to slide up in front. I think Dustin's going to use this head of steam here, come back and throw a slider in turn 3.
Oh! Halter and Fry bounce off each other down the back chute as Kevin Fry takes away P4 for right now. But currently all for Cranmer at the moment at the cross flags as he holds on to the lead. But Connor Ross, quicker by 0.3 of a second last time by. Ross tries to close in on the Outlaw. You ride on board with Connor here, Isaac. He's got to run.
Ooh, contact with Kevin Fry.
Oh, and Kevin Fry, yes, has spun in turn number 4. We stay under the green flag. Connor Ross, meanwhile, on the slider, takes the lead away from Preston Cranmer. But the Outlaw crisscrosses, tries to throw the slider. High side dominant. Connor Ross leads 2 to go in Heat 2. And Dustin Sargent, the quickest on the track that last time. Hang on, Big Money. Oh, he just caught the opening 360 no-scope. Oh, Gary Taylor puts him on his side. Final lap underway. It comes down to Ross and the Outlaw to turns 1 and 2. Cranmer tries to go the shorter way around the racetrack. They make their way through 3 and 4. Connor Ross looking pretty good. This star on the outside front row, he's got it. Ross wins Heat 2. Preston Cranmer second. Zach Chapman third. Rich Holland finishes in 4th. That was something. Well, let's take a look at a couple things here as we get ready for our final heat race. First off, let's go back to heat race number 1. I think, who was it that went? It was Joseph Grandy that went off the track. Let's show you what happened. Let's fast forward to what happened through 3 and 4. He just caught the wall, a lot of like what we saw in our inaugural event with Monday Night Madness at Port Royal last year. Lost the front wing there. And then let's show you what happened to Kevin Fry. Now he was able to keep the car going, and again, this happened in turn number 3. Some contact from Scooby-Doo that just sent him around. That's Zach Chapman. And luckily didn't flip the car. No damage off the number 21 machine. So we move on to heat race number 3, brought to you by the Salty Dogs race team. The Salty Dogs team, composed of many of the senior members of the Coast to Coast Racing League, and a police from the home to create havoc and chaos on the racetrack. Whenever 3 or more dogs are in a race, a dog bone will be awarded to the highest finisher, and that belonged, the Super Bone went to Roger Craig last season, so congrats to the Bassman on that. Mike Cranmer, Kyle Sargent, row 1. Kurt Schatzer, Brandon Templeton, row 2. John Rayner, Neil Strauser, row 3. Gary Offit starts from 7th here tonight. Final heat race about to go down. It's Mike Cranmer, it's Brandon Templeton that bring us to green. We're underway. Cranmer immediately tries to hold serve off of Brandon Templeton. Can Templeton get to run off in turn 2? He can, but Cranmer clears down the back chute. And look at this, the 31 tries to get a run off the corner. Just about side by sides, Mike in the wall. Brandon Templeton says, thank you very much, Isaac. Mike lost 2 spots there.
Yeah, that was the winner there was Kurt, because this now puts him in a pretty good spot to go challenge Brandon here for a really good starting spot here in the feature here. Absolutely.
Templeton, by the way, already up 3 spots from the drop of the green flag. 2 laps are in the books. Closest battle on the track is for 3rd. Neil Strauser under on attack on Mike Cranmer for that position. The astronaut tries to fight back off the corner. It's a nice run up on the high side. See if he can get this to stick, Isaac, for the 3 spot.
Yeah, that low side here in 1 and 2 is really fast. So most of the time here is actually gained in 3 and 4. So if he can just hold himself in 3 and 4, he might have a chance for 1 and 2.
A beautiful speed shot when you come across the start finish line. Strausser trying everything to get that run off the corner. Again, Kramer keeps bouncing off the wall. You don't want to do that because that could give you some steering damage. Oh! There they go! And it collects another car too. It was Kyle Sargent, but gets away with no damage. Gary Offa, meanwhile, went back flipping down the front chute. And so Mike Kramer still with the 4th and final transfer spot, but Brandon Templeton currently with the lead. Let's take a look at the replay. While at it, our Malcolm Spills mail writing replay. What happened here, Isaac?
It looked like they just came together off of 4 there. Just kind of misjudged the run that Neil was going to have.
Man, they all took each other out. Strausser went flying into the infield. Sir, that is special reserved parking. You can't park there unless you're the winner. Look at that. He went right through victory lane.
I know.
Checkers.
Templeton came home with the win here.
Yes, Templeton, Schatzer, Sargent, and Cranmer. That's the top 4. So now it's time for our B-main. The B-main brought to you by Gambler Motorsports, an official team of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Here's how they line up. So we've taken 12 drivers here. We'll take these final 11 to bring a car count of 23 here tonight. Ralph Connor Jr. and Gary Taylor on row number 1. John Rayner and Will Sargent in row 2. Joe Halter, Gary Offut make up row 3. Joseph Grandy, Kevin Fry, row 4. Neil Strausser, Andy Patton round out the top 10. And starting from 11 tonight is Dustin Sargent. Let us know who you're rooting for here tonight. Hello to Devo watching in the chat. We've got 16 people watching on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Make sure you hit that subscribe button in order to chat with us. We've got over 500 subscribers and counting. You know what Gary Taylor's new paint scheme reminds me of?
What? Oh, I like that actually.
Yeah, you know what it reminds me of? Take a guess.
Is it a driver or what are we thinking here?
It is a driver.
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head here.
Lightning McQueen.
Oh, I was not thinking that.
Doesn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's got that little yellow lining on
A
it.
little bit of yellow.
Yeah, so
The captain.
ka-chow. So we're set for our green again, just extra practice for the drivers. This is some just for fun stuff we've got here in our B-main. No one will go home out of this and we're underway. Oh, the top 2. Oh, look out. Off front. Spinning around. Kevin Fry up in the wall. Joseph Grandy, meanwhile, I don't believe took the green flag. A lot of left front axle damage on Kevin Fry, so left front upper control arm, I should say. So Taylor leads in a race for second on between Rayner and Halter. Connor just watching this, could go 3 wide of the line here, Isaac.
Yeah, and they were all gunning for that spot here, but I think Halter's gonna come away with second. Oh yeah, he cleared him by quite a bit there.
Quickest car on the racetrack though is Dustin Sargent as you ride on board with him.
Ooh, almost 3 wide again over the line.
Man, this is some good stuff you're watching. Look at Ralph.
Wow, look at Ralph.
Wow, he nearly wrecked it. That's why they call him Wrecking Ralph. And the crisscross move on Dustin Sargent. Again, this is your race on the track. 4P3 at the moment. Can't clear. Meanwhile, Gary Taylor with a half-second lead on Joe Halter at the moment. Patton holding on to 5th spot. And they're side by side for 6th between Strausser and Rayner. Quickest car on the track, though, is Dustin Sargent, who looks for second on Joe here, Isaac.
Yeah, this battle for second was quick. That high side here, 4, the way that Dustin was running 3 and 4, gave it a really good momentum down the front stretch, and it just reeled in Joe Halter for him.
Yeah, Gary Taylor, don't look now. You may have company in just a matter of moments in big money. And look how much he closes in the race for the lead. And Immediately to the inside. Man, Dustin's got a hot rod, but he clips the wall. Could that do some damage to the steering? The captain fights back, throws the slider on Big Money. Taylor holds on lead, almost puts him in the wall. 2 to go, Isaac.
Yeah, this battle's going to get good here. I know that Gary's going to want to get a win, especially, and then Dustin Sargent might just...
Oh, but Gary caught the wall. He's hanging on for dear life. Both are throwing knockdowns at the moment where you can put the 10 count on them. Final lap underway. Dustin, slide job. Sargent, he's got it. Dustin to the lead, no mistakes. We got one flipping off of turn 2. That's Andy Patton. Taylor tries to fight back, but off of 4. Sargent takes the win from 11th to 1st. Wow, what a race.
That was a fun race for Gary there.
Patrick,
I thought he was gonna keep him.
Patrick Morrison called it right. Dustin Sargent for the sneak behind win. You love to see it. Need a breather after that one. Thank goodness we got a warm-up watch here for 3 minutes, brought to you by the Ohsweken Speedway. So drivers getting set here on the racetrack. It will pop up your favorite drivers here at home. There's a look at Brandon Templeton in car number 31. So Isaac, as we get into our first feature of the evening here, I know you're starting from pole position, but I still want to ask you this. How important
I want a great start here. I think the big thing here that you're gonna have to look out for is how fast this top goes away. If guys can start making the bottom work and it starts becoming a multi-groove racetrack again, I think the racing is gonna get crazy fun. But on the same token, I'd also look for some guys that usually do run the top and usually don't do what I just did.
I didn't see it. I don't think we want to see it anyway.
No, you don't. You don't. But I think this track is still fast. I think the guys like Dustin Sargent there that was just ripping the outside. I think they're going to be deadly come towards the latter part of this race here.
Who knows what's going to happen come feature time for the 25 laps that we have set for you here tonight. So you're taking a look at some of the drivers on the racetrack. There's Mike Cranmerky, the quickest on the track. Now there's Brad Waite making his first Rebel start. He's 15th quick on the track. Oh, Isaac, I saw that.
Hey, I'm just trying to find the limit here.
You look like you're going eastbound or down or something.
That's a good song.
Oh, yes.
Maybe I was going eastbound. I definitely almost went down, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, Rainer with
Oh,
a
wow.
shot. Look at that. Oh, my. I know we're not supposed to freak out big time to flips, but that was a wild flip, I'll admit, in warm-ups. Hey, we're just getting set here. We're just getting set. This is the pre-show pretty much.
Yeah, this is the pre-show. We need...
Carry off, but you see there, 13th quick at a 1686.
My bad.
Oh, good job. Good job. You got it, Roger.
Yep, making the boss mad at me over here.
Checkers are out. Isaac's the quickest at a 16.285, 2/10 better than Kurt Schatzer. Well, we are just about set to go for our first feature of the season. Here is the Super Dirt Car Series starting lineup. On the front row, it's Slide Job, Isaac Salas in the 5, and Connor Ross in the 35. Row number 2, Brandon Templeton in the 31, and Joe Dirk Canellis in the 1. Row 3, the Ayla Outlaw, Preston Cranmer in the 07, and Superman Kurt Schatzer in the 218. Row 4 making his Rebels debut tonight, Brad Waite in the 814, and Scooby-Doo Zach Chapman in the 72. In row number 5, rounding out the top 10, the Raiders champ Kyle Sargent in the 91, and the masked man Roger Craig in the 747. Row 6, Rich Holland in the 116, and Mike Cranmer in car number 70. Row number 7 is Big Money, Dustin Sargent in the 77, and the captain Gary Taylor in the 34. Row 8 is Smoking Joe Halter in the 22, and Wrecking Ralph Connor Jr. in the 54. Row 9, the astronaut Neil Strouser in the 68, and JR John Rayner in the 302. Rounding out the top 20 tonight, Will Sargent in the 092, and the General Andy Patton in the 87. Row 11, the Flying Fry, Kevin Fry in the 21, and Gary Alpha in the 94. Rounding out the field tonight, if he takes the green flag with us, Joseph Brandy in the 518. Steve King Foundation pace car and truck is in. We are set to go for the race against childhood cancer. Green flag. We're glad he could join us. It's our first feature of the season. The B Division Rebels, Salas and Ross. Let's do this at Port Royal. Salas with a good jump off of turn number 2. Templeton and Cranber trying to go side by side for the runner-up spots. They stack up 3 wide on behind. Off of turn 4, slide job leads lap number 1 here at the Speed Palace as Templeton and Cranber still go to work for the second position. Templeton with the preferred line off of turn number 2. He's got second spot for right now. Connor Roscoe all the way back to 4th after starting from the second position. Chapter Joe Canella side by side for 5th. Again, the high side, the preferred line to beat. Watch out for Joe Dirt here closing, but Shatzer shuts the door on him in his face. But Superman bounces off the wall, opens the door for Canellas. Can he take the spot away? Look how Connor Ross goes around in turn 4. Caution flag is held, and that is a solo car spin for the 35 machine. Not the way he wanted to return to the sprint cars. Show you what happened here once again to Connor in our Malcolmsville Ready replay. He just rode the wall there. Around he goes. Another angle for you. Go off to use a quick repair. You can see him just riding that wall. Car goes up on 2 wheels. And the way that car was going around, I thought for a moment that car was going to go on its side and take a nap. And I believe we are 1 lap to the green flag, so we will not show the onboard here.
We're 2.
Oh, we are 2 to green, as you see Connor go in for a quick repair. Let's ride on board with Connor. See, he was racing Preston Cranmer. The cars, man, Kevin Fry almost got into him. And so that's the cause of our first caution this evening. The star of the race, by the way, tonight was brought to you by Race Against Childhood Cancer. Thon is a 46-hour no sitting, no sleeping dance marathon dedicated to raising money to benefit those affected by childhood cancer. It's the largest student-run philanthropy in the world. Join Olivia and Alex in the race against childhood cancer. Use the link at Coast to Coast Racing to make your donation and help us get to the finish line. All single-file restarts here with the sprint cars as we get set for our first Mission 22 restart of the season. Isaac Salas leads, Brandon Templeton second, Preston Cranmer third, Kurt Schatzer fourth, Joe Canellas the top 5. Salas is the control car here for this restart. He has the right to fire first, and we're back racing. Everyone trying to fight the low line. The groove of the racetrack. Templeton just tries to follow. Isaac Salas keeps it a car length behind. They put a huge gap up on the Outlaw. Kramer already 1 second behind your race leader, and this is your best battle on the racetrack. Ryan on board here with Isaac Salas. And we're back to caution. When we ride the onboards, by the way, for those wondering at home, I don't know the caution flag flies until the drivers slow down. So let's see what the cause the caution was for here. We'll have to go through iRace and determine what happened here. Wait for the Steve King Foundation pace truck lights to go on. And that is why Kevin Fry spun out in the corner. Let's see how this developed. He caught the wall off in turn 2, and there was contract off from Neil Strauser. The astronaut with a wicked nice save. And John Rayner also gets involved. Kevin Fry on his side. Mike Kramer, the 092, also involved as well. So a lot of drivers using quick repairs there in that regard. Get second caution of the evening here. All replays here, by the way, tonight brought to you by Malcolm's Mills Mill Writing, based in Oakland, Ontario, Canada. Malcolm's is a full-service mill writing contractor featuring custom welding, fabricating, and servicing industrial clients. Like them on Facebook at Malcolm's Mills Mill Writing, and check them out online at mmmillwriting.com. Hello to Gary Sicklecow, who is writing for Isaac as always. The Isaac Salas fan club is in the house.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah. So lights are off the Steve King Foundation pace truck as we are set to go back to green. That caution absolutely helped out Preston Kramer's. Again, he was 1 second behind at the moment of caution flag. Kurt Schatzler 4th, Joe Canellis 5th. Biggest mover on the racetrack at the moment is Joe Halter in 9th. He's currently up 6 positions at the moment. There's Smoky Joe in car number 22. Back to racing here at Port Royal. Templeton decides to go for a different line here. Salas rocks the preferred fast crew up in 1 and 2, and Templeton loses some time, so he took a risk. That didn't work at all, though, for the driver of the 31. See, Preston Cranmer has a date with Kurt Schatzler, lumped Superman with a lane open, but Superman sparks the wall up in turn 1. Schatzler, though, takes the 3 spot. Dustin Sargent, meanwhile, has crashed up on his side off of turn 4. No caution, and he'll tow it. Keep the race going. Nice move from Big Money as we stay under the green flag. Let's go back to the race for third here. As Kramer tries to get that 3 spot, bottom step of the podium back from Kurt Schatzler, but doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon. About the race here, it's 12 for 7th. Roger Craig against Joe Halter. Halter trying to go up 8 spots here if he can get 7th away, and the group is open for Smoky Joe, and Halter leaves Craig in the dust, or does he? He does, able to clear the mass man for that 7th position. Craig tries to fight back. They nearly touch in turn 4. Kevin Fry, meanwhile, has crashed. No caution. We stay under the green flag. About the race as well for 4th. Kramer starts to lose some time. Just got passed by both Canellis and Zach Chapman. Moved them up to 4th and 5th, respectively. So the Ayla Outlaw not done yet in that race. Oh, and Kramer again on that low group. It's just not coming in for him one bit as you see Zach Chapman start to turn into a dot in front of him. So we're just about ready to hit the halfway point. Salas still out in front. A nice 1.1 second lead in front of Brandon Templeton. And here's Kurt Schatzler in third. Just went past the lap car and Kevin Fry in the 19th position. The closest battle on the track is for 10th. That's Brad Waite and Gary Taylor. And this is as well for a spot to try and make it into the Renegades entry list for tonight. Ralph Connor Jr. also a part of that battle. Let's ride on board here with Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, look at the run. He gets inside. go. Still holding on at the moment. Grammer again losing a lot more time. Now his next target under attack on him is Joe Halter in the 22. Halter starts to lose some ground as well. Halter's looking for 6th here. Could not stay side by side with Joe Halter. Excuse me, Joe Canellis. 10 laps to go here at Port Royal. Meanwhile, look at that. Salas in the wall off from turn 4. Brandon Templeton takes the race lead away. Salas may have a problem. Well, let's take a look here and see what happened. Oh, man, Isaac rode the wall, all 4 wheels off the ground. And Brandon has the lead by 1.4 seconds at the moment. Oh, man, that may be heartbreak for Isaac Salas, but Templeton is in some lap traffic. That scary off button he goes past. No mistakes, and Brandon Templeton could get the win here this season. Grammer now challenges Canellis for the 5th position. Can't get the fight to work here just yet as they do approach that lap traffic. Now Halter with the run off of turn 2. And, oh, Salas has brought it into the pits.
Flipped over the wall.
Ooh. Let's show you this, folks. Yep. In that situation where he could have gone out of the ballpark. Tough break for Isaac. The dominant driver here will not win tonight. Meanwhile, Templeton 5 laps away from taking victory in the season opener with our B division. Meanwhile, the Joe and Joe show for 4th and 5th. Halter up 11 spots from the drop of the green flag. 3 cars put them all under a blanket for the 4th position with 4 to go. Halter currently hangs on to it, but sparks the wall in turn 1 once again. And now starts to pull away from Preston Cranmer. But meanwhile, 2 to go at the line here for Brandon Templeton. This is a driver that's normally racing the Renegades with us. However, due to inactivity last season, brought down to the Rebels. It's good to see him, though, back in his sprint car. Preston Cranmer has crashed with Rayner. Caution is out. Oh, my goodness me. Cranmer was about to finish in the top 10, and now I believe we are going into overtime, if not a 2-lap shootout. Lap traffic, an issue in the later stages of this one. See here, Rayner was on the bottom, Cranmer was on the middle of the racetrack. Ooh, that's tough to tell from our perspective, and they just spun out. Luckily, a lot of space behind from the cars behind them to lead to that situation. Let's show you from another angle. Here's Rayner. Try to get you into the contact. Right there. I think Rayner just barely came up. And around they go, and Canellis, excuse me, barely escapes injury. Here's the onboard. Again, we are new as well to the something brand new you're seeing here with the league, controlling the onboard cameras, so just bear with us here while we work that out. Again, it's week 1 of the season. We're going to do some stuff here. Devo says in the chat, by the way, shattered dreams. I don't know if that's to you or if that's to Preston.
Both of us.
Yeah. So we will go to a green-white checkered. Of course, the first time this season, the first race of the year for Monday Night Madness, a green-white checkered. So, again, here's how everything will work. 2 attempts at most. Got to get to the white flag to take the checkers under green flag conditions. Brandon Templeton trying to hold on for the first win of the season. Kurt Schatzer second, Zach Chapman third, Joe Halter fourth, and Joe Canellis round out the top 5. Well, who's it going to be? How's it going to be done? We are just moments away from finding out. There's always a favor, like I like to say, but pick it ASAP. 2 laps to go, back underway. Templeton holds serve for right now. Does Schatzer have one last chance? No, he slipped off for turn 2. Zach Chapman looks for the runner-up spot. But Schatzer takes the wall, though. He still drives into it. Chapman loose off the corner. We're on the last lap. Brandon Templeton in the dirt track bank number 31 off in turn number 2. Half-second lead on Kurt Schatzer. He started third. He'll kick his season off right with a bang. Templeton takes the win at the Speed Palace. Schatzer second, and Chapman round out the top 3. I have to take a look as well. But I believe that is actually his, and yes, since we've started tracking stats with Sim Racer Hub, that is his first ever win in a sprint car. So congratulations, Brandon Templeton, on that. That is awesome. So Brandon will get to park it in. Oh, don't put it upside down, Brandon. He had it on 2 wheels for just a moment, so he'll take his reserve spot that Neil Strauser tried to steal earlier on tonight.
I think he was just showboating, Marty.
Probably. Meanwhile, by the way, our hard charger tonight, brought to you by All About Tie-Dye, belongs to our 4th place finisher in Joe Halter from 15th to 4th tonight. And so I believe we can begin the proceedings here. And we can. Let's begin by talking with our 3rd place finisher here in Zach Chapman. Zach, a nice run up to 8th to 3rd. What are your positive takeaways in the beginning of our season?
Hey, first things first, that heat race, I owe a big apology to Kevin Fry there. I thought he was going to go in and hang it up on the high side because, to me, that's what was fast at the time, and I was just trying to throw that slider to get by Joe behind him and didn't realize he was going to run the middle, so apologies, Kevin, if you hear this. You owe me one. But anytime you can finish in 3rd place with a feature list with guys like, I know Alex, he had a tough one tonight. But, I mean, anytime you can finish on the podium with guys like this, it's a great run. I'm really proud of this.
Absolutely. How was driving from your perspective? Obviously, it looked like when we were watching guys like Preston Kramer, you couldn't get the low line to work. The high side's obviously the place where it is to be.
Yeah, I mean, PA boy here, watching races here in real life, I mean, it's pretty much the same way. There are a couple guys who can get the bottom to hang in at the end, but I mean, they don't call this place the Speed Palace for no reason. I mean, they put the right rear up against the wall and let it hang.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
Shout outs to all my teammates. If it wasn't for John Hine, I wouldn't have a good enough setup to even be anywhere near competitive in this thing. So big shout out to him and everyone else at Gambler. But Andy over at Cool Ray and Brightbox Electrical, Aiden Young at Young Gun Creations, my dad for sponsoring the league, you and Isaac, Marty, you guys do great. And last but not least, Roger for getting a hell of a group of guys together and putting on a show every night of the week.
All right, we'll let you go. Great run tonight, and we'll see you in the Renegades.
Yep, hopefully I get to talk to you again.
Yep. Scooby-Doo Zach Chapman, our 3rd place finisher. Let's get to our 2nd place finisher in Kurt Schatzer. Kurt, also a good run for you, up from 6th to 2nd. What are your positive takeaways from tonight?
Yeah, Marty, it was a good one. I don't know what to say. I mean, Port Royal is one of my favorite tracks here, so anytime I get to race there, man, I look forward to it.
Absolutely. How did you look at the race when the caution flash actually asks us instead? When the caution came out to go to overtime, did you think you had a chance at going for the win there?
No, not really. I was talking to Brandon. He seemed he had it pretty well under control there. Um, I got into the wall early, and I don't know my right front. He said my right front looked a little out of whack there, but I really couldn't feel anything from inside the car. So, but I didn't really think I had anything for him. And then after that last restart, as soon as it went back green, I spun it really bad. And it allowed Zach to be all over. So I was just thankful to hang on there. Zach raced me really clean. Um, we kind of got bottled up there coming out of four. So, like I said, I had to thank him for running me really clean there.
Who do I give
And
shout outs to on the run?
everybody on the team, they're Hammer Down Racing, Dirt Track Bank, M9 setup shops for coming on board this week there. So that was a good showing for them. And you guys on the broadcast and Roger Preston, everybody setting up the league.
All right, man. Appreciate the time. Nice run and
You
good luck
too.
to the
Thank you, bud.
Renegades. Kurt Schatzer, our second place finisher here tonight, as we now go to Cool Ray Victory Lane to talk with your race winner in Brandon Templeton. Brandon, congratulations on the win, man. I guess I'll begin with this, though. Just what were your thoughts? I hate to ask him this with the elephant in the room, but what what were your thoughts when you saw Isaac ride the wall and take the lead away?
Well, I hope I didn't get into him too much there. I saw him get up into the wall, and I tried to pull it down, and just kind of get around him clean there. And that my plan was, to be honest, just total settle in and take second as long as Isaac didn't screw up. I'm no sprint car driver by any means, and this is my first sprint car league win, so I'll take it any way I can get it.
Absolutely. We were just talking about it. We knew it was your first one since we began using Sim Racer Hub. We didn't know if it was your first ever career sprint win in the Coast to Coast Racing League. So congratulations on that accomplishment, man, for sure. How did the setup work out for you in this race tonight?
Oh, it was pretty good. The top side was just really dangerous. I was trying to leave just a little bit outside there, more than I thought I needed because I knew I was going to put it over that guardrail. I just freaking knew it. So tried to give myself an extra foot, and it paid off. And for the most part, setup was awesome. That's, my first time using an M9 setup, and I, paid off. So I guess stick with it.
Absolutely, man. Well, I got to ask as well, what were your thoughts when that caution came out to send us through overtime?
I was pretty scared because I didn't know if the bottom would come in or if the middle had come in. I hadn't really tried it. I was just working around, the clear areas around the lap traffic. So I was a little bit afraid that those guys back there might have something for me, but just kind of stuck to the line I knew and figured they were going to have to take it.
What are you expecting from this Renegades race coming up later?
I'm not actually going to be able to race in it. I've got some prior commitments, but
All right.
try to be back next week anyway and see if we can do something with this Rebels.
Well, you're going out right, man. Who do you want to give shout outs to?
I got to thank Jay with Malvern Bank and the Dirt Track Bank. Great things. They're doing awesome things for racers and supporting us in iRacing. So thanks a lot to him. Got your Six Racing Network, Hammer Down Racing Team, Joe, Kurt, and Brian, M9 setups, had us on a rail tonight. Extreme Images, Maley's Makery, Big C's Lawn Care. You, Marty, for doing the stream, Isaac for helping out, and everyone helping behind the scenes, especially Kevin Fry, the admin. So thanks, everyone.
Well, congrats on the win, man, and remember, keep the car on all four wheels when you head to victory lane, all right?
That's the plan.
Nice job, man.
Thanks.
Brandon Templeton with the winning Cool Ray victory lane here tonight as he gets the job done in our Rebels division. As here are your final results here from this evening. Templeton with the win by 0.6 of a second on Kurt Schatzer. Zach Chapman third, Joe Halter fourth, Joe Canellis fifth, Rich Holland sixth, Roger Craig seventh, Brad Waite eighth, Connor Ross ninth, Preston Cranmer 10th. Those are the drivers that are all eligible to race in our Renegades event in just a couple of moments. There you see 21st to 23rd. Not a good night to be a sergeant in this feature. Will 17th, Dustin 21st, and Kyle 22nd. So with that being said, we will step aside. When we come back, the Renegades are coming up next with an exciting new feature this season. Stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Hi, my name is Livia Olson. I am an industrial engineering senior and club volleyball member here at Penn State.
And I'm Alex Ryan, a computer science senior and another club volleyball member. And we're excited to announce that we're planning to dance in Thon 2023.
Thon is a 46-hour, no sitting, no sleeping dance marathon aimed towards raising funds to support those affected by childhood cancer. It is the largest student-run philanthropy in the entire world. We'll be dancing in honor of one of our best friends, Jesse King. Jesse is also part of club volleyball, but a lot of us would consider him family. Immediately freshman year, Alex and I clicked with Jesse and all the other new members of club volleyball. We went to the dining hall together for a lot of our meals, spent weekends together, and ended up going on vacations together. It really does feel like family to us.
Going into junior year, Jesse was supposed to live with myself and a few of our other friends, but he was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in March of 2021. He's been through chemotherapy, it's been a year since he's finished radiation, and we can officially say that he has no active cancer. Currently, he is undergoing physical and cognitive therapies.
Thanks to Thon and Four Diamonds, the King family and many other families have yet to see a bill related to medical expenses, hotels, parking, gas fees, and all other related travel expenses. It just goes to show that every dollar raised truly does go a distance. It allows families to focus on the recovery of their child as opposed to financial stress.
Because of this, we've got to spend a lot more time with Jesse and his family, who are the nicest people in the world. They throw awesome tailgates, and every time we see them, a little bit more of the Jesse that we know and love peeks through.
Until then, we are fully committed to the mission of Thon and Four Diamonds by raising funds to support the Kings and all the other families affected by childhood cancer.
With Thon less than 100 days away, we're asking that you consider donating. Regardless of the amount, it will make an immense impact. To donate to our donor drive, please scan the QR code or click the included link.
If donating isn't in your cards today, please share this video with those around you. Help us get our fundraising past the finish line.
This is a race that families can't afford to lose.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
At Coolray Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical, we've proudly been the leader in serving the Southeast since 1966. And nobody is more committed to delivering industry-leading excellence to the Nashville community than we are. We're number one because we've got the best and brightest HVAC technicians, plumbers, and electricians. And you can count on us 24/7, 7 days a week. Go to Coolray.com to learn more.
And we are back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We are just moments away here from the Renegades taking shape. Our Renegades, as always, brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing. Marty Scala alongside Isaac Salas with you. And we're glad you could join us for this new season of the Coast to Coast Racing Network. The 2023 Season 1 in iRacing. officially begins, I believe, officially begins tomorrow. If not, it's already begun. It began tonight, but they're just shifting everything around when it comes to iRating and what's the other thing? Safety rating as well when it comes to the public iRacing. But Isaac, we've got something brand new around the corner here coming up, and let's explain here to our friends at home just what that is, as we'll put us back on. We got something brand new. We tried it out during the Knoxville Nationals. Individual time trials will be taking place.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I'm excited to broadcast it, but I'm also excited just to be a fan and watch it.
Me too.
So I feel like it's gonna add a little bit more drama to the start here, especially with our now 2 straight to the feature here. These guys are kind of gonna slowly get to see each other's times, instead of kind of all being right on top of each other. I think it's gonna honestly make some people really want to put in good times and know that they can kind of beat a time. And then I don't know. I think it's just gonna be an all-around awesome opportunity.
Absolutely, and it is as well a pivotal session here. So, here we go with qualifying. First driver out onto the racetrack in car number 014. It's the Canadian G.J. Boydell. G.J. Boydell in car number 014. Now a Renegades driver this year, was promoted up from the Rebels last season, so big congratulations to G.J. on that huge offer. GJ will set the bar here on lap 1 at a 15.832, 15832 for GJ Boydell. Track record here, by the way, in the Renegades is set by Brandon Dittmer at a 15.436. So the Iron Man Boydell does improve, goes 15.805 on lap number 2. Next on to the Speedway. In the Rudine SRC All-in Construction Premier Door Company number 5, it's Devo Donovan Ross. Donovan Ross in car number 5, hailing from Burlington, Washington, also a driver that made his way into our Renegades, got promoted this season. So congratulations to him on that. His warm-up lap underway in a brand new number 5 scheme. Man, he didn't even give me time to update the numbers and update all the paints and stuff like that. That's a pretty cool 5 car, Isaac, as here he comes off at turn number 4 to set the bar on lap number 1. Needs to be a 15.806. Lap number 1 goes quick time of 15.797. 15797 for Devo Donovan Ross. Quickest of anyone, though, in sector number 1 off of turn number 4. Lap number 2 is faster of 15.791. So Donovan Ross currently on pole, provisional pole. Again, top 2 lock themselves into the feature regardless, and this is a night where you have to make your way in or else you will be going home. Next on the Speedway from Cedro, Worley, Washington. In the Rudine Sim Racing All-in Construction Devo Transport Premier Door Company number 78, it's Jack Clevenger. Jack Clevenger in car number 78. Quickest of anyone, though, in sector number 1. So this is a good lap that he is setting up with a little bit wide on corner exit, but he is in the purple all around. Clevenger goes quick time at a 15.68. 1.568 for the driver of the number 78, Jack Clevenger. As he makes his way off of turn number 4, slower in sector 2, but quickest of anyone in sector 1. The second lap is slower, but he stands at a 15.68. Next driver on the Speedway. He hails from Dalton, New Hampshire in the Gambler Motorsports Young Gun Creations number 69, the New Hampshire Rocket, Aiden Young. Aiden Young at the Gambler Motorsports number 69. The late model champion in the Pro Late Model on Thursday Night Thunder last season, so congratulations to Aiden on that. He had a couple of sprint car wins last year and a couple of podiums. He looks to get a Renegades championship here this season. Aiden will set the bar, quickest of anyone in sector number 2. Aiden goes second quick, 15.721. 1.5721 for the driver of the 69 in Aiden Young. Quickest throw of anyone in Sector 1 here as he makes his way off of turn number 4. This is a great lap for Aiden Young. Quick time, 15.595 for this driver of the number 69, Aiden Young, to the top of the speed charts. Next on the racetrack, your defending Rebels champion. He gets promoted into the Renegades from Welland, Ontario, Canada, in the American Dirt Motorsports Dirt Company Media House, 36 Raceway Toro Media, number 11, the Goose, Chad Cote. For those wondering as well how the qualifying order is set in our Renegades qualifying, it is set by reverse of points, then our Rebel transfer drivers from the top 10. So the Goose here will set the bar on lap number 1. Cote goes 4th quick, 15.799, just 0.2 off the pace of Aiden Young's lap. Better in Sector 1 here for the driver of the number 11. And off of turn 4, just tries to get it as low as possible on corner exit. Cote improves to 3rd quick, 15.703. Gives me a chance, Isaac, to catch my breath.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how many times you're about to say quick time tonight.
Next driver on the speedway from Lake Butler, Florida, in the Black Bullet Racing, DuBois Welding, Gasman Sprint Car Shop, setups number 23. It's Chris Schaefer. Chris Schaefer in car number 23 with a brand new paint design for 2023. Warm-up lap underway here at the Port Royal Speedway in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. Again, the track record set by Brandon Dittmer, 15.76. The Sim Racer Hub record of 15.341 set by Brett Strickler, and the iRacing record of 15.205 by Sean English. Schaefer's first lap, 6th quick, 15.883 on lap number 1. But he is the quickest of anyone in sector number 1, so this could be a much better lap for the driver in the 23. Nice exit off turn number 4. This could be close. Schaefer goes 2nd quick, 15.672 on lap number 2. Next up on the speedway, from Springfield, Illinois, in the LGR Motorsports ABR Setup Shop, Redline Race Designs, KSB Builders, number 56, this is Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves in car number 68, or excuse me, in car number 56. Check his sector on the back straight, quickest of anyone in sector number 1, so we'll see how he does here in turns 3 and 4. Been a struggle to a lot of drivers here tonight trying to avoid the wall. Randy Shreves' first lap goes 4th quick, 15.694, so not the best sector 2 of anyone here on the speedway. Again, top 2 lock themselves into the feature regardless of what happens. Better in sector 2 for Randy Shreves off of turn 4, a slower lap for the driver of the 56. Next up, from Clarence, Iowa, in the Vanderpool Racing, BB7 Setups, Giddings Mobile Repair, Stevenson Family Performance, number 20, Krite Sim Racing, the salesman, Blake Chapman. Blake Chapman in the number 20. Also, shout to sponsor Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. Got to use that one code cart for I don't know how many % off. I can't recall off the top of my head. But, got to shout them out for sure. Quick time for Blake Chapman. 15.580 for the salesman. Beautiful lap from Blake Chapman, quickest of anyone in sector number 2. Second lap time is faster, 15.562, just under a 10th off of the track record in Renegades competition. Now on the speedway from Elmer, Ontario, in the Stephen Goldner Racing, SJR RK Automotive Town Line Variety number 36, it's Barry Goldner. Barry Goldner in car number 36. Hello to John Short watching, by the way, in the chat, rooting for the Krite Sim Racing team. Just watched his teammate and Blake Chapman's currently have the quickest time at the moment. With 8 drivers in the books, car count is over 24 here tonight. Oh, Barry catches the wall on lap 1, so that lap will be invalidated. He is able to tow if he wants to try and get his second lap going, and you see he may have to tow the car here. And he decides not to. He'll take his invalidated lap and try and go for a better run. This won't be good. This will probably put him 9th quick, Isaac, with the wall hit because he can't get a big buildup of speed off turn 4 with the 700 horsepower.
Yeah, there was no momentum out of 4 there, so I think that'll be pretty low on the speed charts here.
16.572 for Barry Goldner, 9th quick on lap number 2.
You might see more of that as guys try to get, you know, those top 2 spots here. They might try to risk it and accidentally get right up into that wall.
Next on the track, from Desert Hot Springs, California, in the Kreitz Sim Racing, Kreitz Oval Track Park, Galen's homegrown popcorn number 161, the Desert Demon, Terry Landis. Terry Landis in car number 61 this evening. Hall of Famer in the Coast to Coast Racing League. Makes his way through turns number 3 and 4 to set the bar on lap number 1. We'll see where Terry Landis ends up. And Landis goes 7th quick, 15.758 for the Desert Demon. 1.5758 for Terry Landis. And through turns 3 and 4, a slower lap on lap number 2. However, though, he's still 7th quick on the racetrack. Second lap was a 16.02 for Terry. Get our next driver out here on the racetrack, see who it is. It's scheduled to be, make sure we have the right guy here. Our next guy is supposed to be out on the racetrack is Steven Goldner, but no Steven currently at the moment. So our next driver should be this driver right here. Just make sure we have the confirmation. So, Isaac, we've put 10 drivers out on the racetrack so far. What are you liking at the moment, especially from Blake and Aiden?
I loved how they opened up their entry here into turn 3. It honestly made them go pretty fast through 3 and 4 compared to the rest of the field here. Everyone else kind of running pretty awesome times through the 1 and 2, but I think the big difference here is 3 and 4.
Next on the speedway from New Bloomfield, Missouri, in the Me, Myself, and I number 217, it's gentleman Jack Hitt. Jack Hitt in the 217, coming off his first season in Renegades last year. As he will set the bar for us here on the racetrack. Lap 1 time for Jack Hitt. Check here at the line, 10th quick, 16.281 for Hitt. Believe he pinched the wall off at turn number 2. It comes up as contact. That lap will be invalidated. Almost hit it off at turn 4. This lap should count though. It does, improves it, but stays 10th, 16.149. Next on the track from Kansas City, Missouri, in the Can-Am Racing Team, all about tie-dye, Malcolm's Mills Mill Running, Pitside Podcast number 7. It's Bob D. Good. Bob D. Good in car number 7. What is that logo on the front wing? Is that a Whataburger logo?
Yeah, it is.
That's what I thought it was. They must have Whataburgers in Kansas City. I've always wanted a Whataburger in the past. So.
Welcome to the chat, Dean Reynolds.
Dean Reynolds.
Slices dogs.
What's going on, Dino?
Oh, had a good race, and then let's come in and watch some Renegades.
Nice. Yeah, we got qualifying at the moment. It's Bobby Good.
Perfect.
Sets lap number 1 in a 15.678, 1.5678 for Bob B. Good. Dean, by the way, I don't know if you saw it, but individual qualifying now for the Renegades with top 2 locked in.
So they're doing that, and then top 2 lock in, correct?
Yep. D-Good
Yes.
Very quick for Bob.
D-Good improves on lap number 2, 15.612. Next on the speedway, from Tip City, Ohio, in the Vanderpool Racing, Vanderpool Construction, AAA Design Speed Shop 51, number 39, the high side banger, Patrick Spangler. Patrick Spangler in car number 39. A two-time,
won the matinee today.
A 2-time champion as well in the Renegades. The training
With
wheel
an
race.
awesome sponsor on the wing there.
Quickest in Sector 2. Quick time! 15.555 for Patrick Spangler. One of his home tracks. He's from Pennsylvania, off at turn number 4. Open it on with the wheel. Quickest of anyone in Sector 2. Off by 300, but quickest by 0.007 of a second. Patrick Spangler, the quickest right now in qualifying. Next on the Speedway, the most recent Hall of Famer in the Coast to Coast Racing League. From Brewerton, New York, in the Can-Am Racing Team, Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding, Galen's Homegrown Popcorn, Epsilon Sprint Wraps number 513, the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Jeff Barker, the veteran in the 513.
You were looking for an adjective there, Marty.
Yes. You know I was, Dino.
You were looking for something cool, and it just came out veteran.
Yes. Barker's first lap time here on lap number 1. He goes 5th quick. Nice lap for Barker. 15.670. 1.567.
Isaac, you should have your banner in the background.
Yeah, you should.
Over the window.
I should.
Second lap for Jeff Barker. He's slower, but he is 5th quick on the racetrack, which could put him for a 3rd place starting spot, depending on our car count here tonight in the heat races, for those wondering. Next on the Speedway from Lebanon, Oregon, in the number 181 A&J Custom Creation Parts Machine, it's Jeff Kemper. Jeff Kemper in the 181.
So how did Slide Job do in the Rebels?
I don't want to talk about it.
So you used your drop early?
Isaac led the most laps and then got the wall in turn number 4.
That's easily done. They get slick in 4 coming out.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Kemp-
contact with the wall.
Yep.
Kemp.
There went that. Oh, yep, that went that lap.
Yep, Kemper 13th quick, 15.892, so his lap will wrap up there. So that lap gets invalidated on his end. His qualifying session comes to an end.
Now, Marty, technical question.
Yes, go ahead, Dean.
If they did like the All-Stars and threw 2 cars out there, would you be able to pick them both up or no?
I could not pick them up both at once. I could only do one at a time. Now,
No, but could you go back and forth
I could
if they're out there?
if you had the appropriate gap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just to speed this up a little bit.
Yeah. I
I'm
would.
all about the show.
Yeah.
All about the show.
I know. I would consider that for the future. Hey, but you know, it's week 1. A lot of room for improvement. You know.
Oh, absolutely. No, but it's just, it cuts everything down in half if you have 2 cars out there.
Absolutely. The time limit is set to 45 minutes here in qualifying, for those wondering, but we won't get this through in 45. We'll get it done in probably 25, 30, who knows. But next on the Speedway, from Manassas, Virginia, in the ADR Esports for Cloak Media, Pierce Graphics number 127, the Pink Panther, Jesse Atkinson. Jesse Atkinson in car number 127. So set his bar here on lap number 1. 5th quick for Jesse Atkinson, 15.613, 1.5613 for Jesse Atkinson. Quickest of anyone, though, on lap number 2 in Sector 1. Let's see if he can nail it off at turn 4. He ran out of fuel. Oh! He would have had it. I think he would have had it, guys.
I did that in practice for the matinee. I was running out coming down the straightaway, so I put in 3 gallons for qualifying. Because 2 gallons is just not quite enough.
Yep, absolutely. Next on the Speedway from Iowa Shoulder Quebec in the Oswegan Speedway, Aero Express Pete Streets number 200, Jeff Flarrow. Jeff Flarrow in car number 200.
He's from Quebec?
Yes, he is.
I thought he was an Ontario dude.
I thought he was an Ontario dude, too, so.
Well, you figure with Oswegan all over the car.
Absolutely. Jeff Flair on lap 1 goes 15th quick, 15.929. Much better Sector 1. Hopefully it's much better in Sector 2 where he can improve his lap, and I think this should be a better lap for the Canadian. Flair goes 11th quick, 15.71. Next up on the racetrack, Dean, you're going to love this paint scheme.
Oh.
Jeez, hold on.
From-
Hold on.
Let's just hear Dean's reaction.
God. Now that is the wrap of the year.
We're starting
Look at that.
We're starting 2023 off right with the Spider Monkey.
No, my Facebook friended me. He stalked me and got all these damn photos. Look at this.
Brandon Dittmer in car number 83. Lap number 1 for Brandon. Goes 6 quick. 15.657. Brandon Dittmer from Pleasant Hill, Iowa.
I mean, slide job's next and then, buddy.
Yep. Oh, quickest of anyone in sector number 2. Quick time! 15.516 for Brandon
quick.
Dittmer. Hey,
That ugly face is enough to scare anyone to the pole.
hey, last week with my face on the car, he got the track record at Fallujah. And Brandon Dittmer is the track record holder, cannot improve his time at a 15.476.
That's great.
Next
That's
on
great.
Next on to the Speedway from St. Thomas, Ontario, Canada. Or pardon me, from Lima, Ohio. In the Vanderbilt Racing Velocity Race Design ABR Setup Shop Fits Photography number 24, the Money King, Kyle Moonen. Kyle Moonen in the number 24. Shout out to Brennan Lacey for the nickname after all the charity wins he has had in the Coast to Coast Racing League, where he's brought home a lot of money for his victories. And off the King of the Wing victory he just had at Knoxville.
Want his voice.
Lap number 1 time.
16. Come on, Kyle.
Lap number 1 time.
Scream? Question mark.
No, I don't think he had his gearing right. Because that car did not sound like it was screaming.
17th quick for Kyle Moon. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Handsome as ever.
All right. Well, something has just happened on my end. Luckily, you guys can see just fine.
Yeah, well. You want us to give you times as they come across? Do you need that?
I think I'm good for right now. It's just I think something's going on with my OBS setup.
I have no idea what that means.
Well, I guess unfortunately we are stuck with this graphic for the rest of the night. We can't show you all the sponsor logos and the credits. Oh, I think we're good now. Yep, we got it now. Next on to the Speedway in car number 71. He's from St. Peters, Missouri, in the Gambler Motorsports Cruise Shop Epsilon Sprint Wraps Cool Ray Heat and Cooling number 71, the Professor, John Hine. John Hine's first lap goes 10th quick, 15.686. We've had 20 drivers so far take time with us tonight. Off of turn number 4 for John Hine. Quickest of anyone in sector number 2. Quick time! It's a new track record! 15.413 for John Hine.
And he didn't have any practice. As Alan Iverson says, we're just talking about practice. I guess it's overrated. Wow.
What a lap.
Holy smoke.
Wow. And he's probably the one that voted for that rule. Let's have an investigation.
Next on the racetrack from Battleground, Indiana, in the Vanderpool Racing, Vanderpool Construction, Wrights Motorsports Photography, Speed Shop 51, number 042, Macho Man Tyler Wilson. Tyler Wilson in car number 042. Lap number 1 time for Tyler Wilson. Goes 8th quick, 15.641.
Got second in the matinee, second or third. He was on the podium. Started in the back. Actually, he got second. He started 16th and got second.
Second lap, not better for Tyler Wilson, so he will stay in the 8th position at the moment. We've got a couple of drivers left to qualify, I believe 5 or 6, and then we'll be good to go. Our next driver on the Speedway is, as long as he wakes up, there you see him right there. He is your defending Renegades champion from Nashville, Tennessee, in the Vanderbilt Racing number 414. Low line master, it's Brennan Lacey. Brennan Lacey in the 414. Finally got his first Renegade season. Can't be more proud of the guy, Isaac. He definitely deserves it.
Yeah, he was a force to be reckoned with all season long. It was pretty special to get to race side by side with him for a while there even.
You see the
I raced side by side with him as he was lapping me.
I got to race with him on pit road last week on week 13 and just beat him off. Brennan Lacey's lap one time is 8th quick. He goes 15.634. Low line with a 1.5634. On lap number 1, here he comes off of turn 4.
Nice diamond.
Yeah, better lap 2 for Brennan Lacey.
Nice diamond, yeah.
That puts him
Great.
3rd quick.
I think that diamond off 4 helped him.
15.528 for Brennan Lacey on lap number 2. And so that moves us to our Rebel drivers that made it in through the transfers, have decided to make their way in and race with us. Now on the racetrack in the number 72 Crate Sim Racing machine, it is Scooby-Doo Zach Chapman in the King Tree number 72.
It's like you should be in this group.
Thanks, Dean. Very funny.
No, I'm trying to boost confidence in you. You sound like you're a little torn down, a little beat down here. Just here for moral support.
Here comes Zach off of turn number 4. How does he set the bar on lap number 1? 15th quick, 15.706. 1.5706 for Zach Chapman on lap number 1. Better lap on lap number 2 for Scooby-Doo. 5th quick, much better lap. 15.559 beats out the other Chapman by 0.03 of a second. 5 drivers left to go here. Now on the speedway. In the Mission 22, we let the dogs out for you. Pet Care Services number 1, Joe Dirt Canellis. Joe Canellis in car number 1, one of the salty dogs out there on the racetrack.
What was that bait? Met him down in Charlotte.
Nice. During the
World Finals.
Nice. Canellis on lap number 1 goes 14th quick. 15.693. 1.5693 by Joe Canellis. Better lap here for Joe Dirt. Where does he end up? 10th quick.
Nice.
15.624. I still can't believe the gap between John Hine and Brandon Dittmer is just coming to me. 1/10 better. That's insane.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Especially with this field and the talent level.
Next on to the speedway from the Ontario area on the Salty Dogs race team. Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding. Coast to Coast Racing League number 747. The Bass Man, Roger Craig. Roger Craig in the 747. Got in there thanks to that top 10 finish he had in our Rebels race. Lap number 1 for Roger Craig. He'll go 25th quick, 5:16.583.
Wind up those rubber bands a little tighter.
Better lap is coming here for Roger Craig. You just know it. You can feel it
Oop,
coming.
lost it coming out of 4. Little speed off to 4.
Yeah.
He had a better lap until he scrubbed it off coming off 4.
Absolutely.
So easy to do here, though.
It was a 16.576 on lap 2, so just barely better. I believe 2 drivers, if not 3 drivers, left to qualify. I believe it's 2 drivers left to qualify. Car count of 27 with us here tonight. Wait to see who it is. We gonna put Preston out first, or are we putting Connor out first?
Good to see Connor back. He ran the matinee as well.
Absolutely.
Hopefully he's got his cast off. He was racing with a cast there.
Oh, wow.
About a month ago. Yeah. When I saw him at Dirt Week, I said, "What'd you do? Press on the brake too hard?"
All right, so we'll lock in one driver here into the feature right here, right now. On the racetrack in car number 35, the Canadian Connor Ross in the Petroplex machine.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think Petroplex is on the reservation right next to Schwingen Speedway, but I could be wrong. We'll see if Connor can chime in or somebody else can chime in about that.
You're probably right on that. Connor Ross's first lap goes 19th quick, 15.774.
Of course, I haven't been out there since 2018, so.
Should be a better lap for Connor Ross, and it is. Across the line he goes.
Very good lap.
Yeah, 8th quick, 15.597. Great lap for Connor Ross. But that means John Hine is locked into the show with a 15.413 with the new track record.
Race is locked into the show. Psyched.
But now,
Wes Preston runs it.
Can Preston Cranmer shock the world here in the Krite Sim Racing Galen's homegrown popcorn number 07?
Somebody give Preston $10 so we can get a name on that car.
Absolutely, we should. We
My
should.
God,
We
come
should
on.
all sponsor.
The guy makes raps. The guy makes raps, and look at this. Come on, Preston.
We should all put. Give him a sponsorship. Preston on lap number 1 goes 23rd quick, 15.927. Better lap here for the Outlaw.
Good. Yep.
19th quick, 15.753. That means Brandon Dittmer is into the show. But ladies and gentlemen, your Flatline Racing Body's fast time winner with a new Renegades track record of 15.413 in the Gambler Motorsports Cool Ray number 71, the Professor John Hine gets the job done here tonight at Port Royal.
Marty, if you have a quick second, can you go back to Patrick Spangler and look at the inside of his wing?
Oh no!
If you have a quick second, that's all.
Is it what I think it is?
It might be what you think it is.
Because I saw in the replays. I didn't see this on the Trading Paints while I edited it. I wanted to keep it a secret. But yep, this is what I thought it was. He has a photo of us on the inside of his wing.
What is going on?
This is amazing. I love this.
What is going on?
We're just popular people, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Marty, you want to pull Hine up and interview him? They just advanced, though, but I don't know if you want to give him a quick one. He's in the Discord.
We'll see. Yeah, you know what? Why not? We'll do it before we begin.
Yeah, let's do it.
Heat race number 1. Let's do
Long
that.
pace. He's in Gambler Motorsport. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. We got him. All right, John, Marty, Dean, Isaac, the Booth boys here. New track record in the Renegades at Port Royal. Walk us through that lap.
You know, I held on for dear life. I put a conservative lap up, I think it's 68, and the next one I decided, you know what, I'm going to send it. I'm going to get up high and run it. And yeah, I tell you, it stuck, and I came close to knocking that wall down at 3 and 4, but it didn't happen.
Well, we'll let you go, man.
No, we got to ask him, though, John.
Okay.
You know you're part of the administrative thing of Coast to Coast. Did you come up with this rule so you could take advantage of it?
Well, actually, usually I suck at qualifying, so I'm hit or miss, and yeah. But this was I was part of this discussion, yeah, and I hope you guys like it. I think next week we're gonna set it up a little different, where guys can see each other on the track, so we can move through that a little quicker. But hopefully it brought some drama.
Absolutely, it did. All right, we'll let you
job,
go.
man.
Good luck.
Yep, thank.
All right, here we go for the starting lineup, brought to you by Langdon Mechanical. Clevenger, Canales, row 1. Young Lacey, row 2. Kemper, Preston Kramer, row 3. And Craig, row 4. Green flag is out underway for Heat 1.
I got perfect, Marty. Good job. You've done this before.
Yes, I have.
Huge run for Brennan here.
Oh, yeah, look at this run for Brennan Lacey, indeed. Looking for the race lead, but was just slammed the door shut by Joe Canellis. Off at turn 4, Canellis leads lap number 1. Clevenger to the inside. Lacey sparks the wall in turn number 2, but still hangs on to the second position right now. But all over Canellis for the race lead.
Can you not like Clevenger's cars?
They nearly touched going into turns number 1 and 2.
I believe they did that. I believe they did touch. I think Brennan did a wheelie going into one there.
Oh, Gill's making the bottom work great. Yeah, Brennan had to let off that lap. There he goes.
And he is gone.
Wow, jeez.
Beautiful run for Brennan Lacey. Looking for pole position here tonight.
Third.
Oh yeah, for third here, that's right.
You know, Isaac, we just have to be the backups just in case.
Yes, they're my backup just in case.
I could tell after Marty had to call that race he had to call last night, I could see he's going to be a little flustered.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
nice
God bless
race.
you.
Nice race for third, Aiden Young and Jack Clevenger. Oh, they touch. 3 laps to go here, meanwhile, in our first heat race. Clevenger still with that final transfer spot. Lacey up by 1.2 seconds on Joe Canellis at the moment.
Lacey almost beat Hines' record. He had a 4.31.
Absolutely. Final lap is underway here at Port Royal Speedway. And through 3 and 4, Brennan Lacey will take your win in heat race number 1. He'll start from the 3rd position tonight at Port Royal. Joe Canellis 2nd, Aiden Young 3rd, Jack Clevenger 4th. Everyone else on down will have to race their way in our last chance showdown tonight. Second heat race brought to you by the folks at Venom Racing, the official team of Isaac Salas and Dean Reynolds and many others.
Well, I'm the mascot.
Yeah, he's just a friend.
You are the mascot, that's right.
Well, yeah.
Randy Shreves and Tyler Wilson on row number 1. Connor Ross and Patrick Spangler, row 2.
Yes,
and
he does. Look at that wing.
Look at that wing.
And in row
Look at that
3,
wing.
Terry Landis and Kyle Moonen.
TV1 on Patrick has a perfect,
Yes, there
perfect
it is.
view of that.
You know, I was going through the replays and just trying to test some stuff out. And I actually saw that, and I also saw Dittmer's scheme, Dean. I'm like, I don't want to tell any of them this. I want them to be surprised.
Sure.
Jumped in.
That's
awesome.
I can show you. I can show you our text messages.
That's awesome.
We have fans of the broadcast. That's what I like to say.
Buddy hasn't gotten on a car yet.
Buddy, maybe next week. Who knows?
He's on the front wing. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, he is on the front wing. That's right.
Oh, cool.
There he is. Look at that. He's so cute. Buddy time coming a little bit early.
Yeah, I don't even know where he is though. That might be the only. Yeah, there he is. Look at him. He's so cute. Oh, hang on, guys.
Reed is out for heat 2 as we stack them up into the corner.
Everybody was antsy for that one.
Yeah,
I think the outside of road 2 here is very important to most of these drivers here.
Tyler did.
Oh, Connor Ross! He almost went 2 for 1 in 1 lap. As they race for the lead, Shreves leads lap 1. Look at Tyler Wilson! Oh, the Macho Man got cut off there on the play there, Dean.
I mean, like I said, he ran that matinee, so Tyler's going to know how this track's going to run in. This guy is 2 for 1.
Oh, hang on, Spangler! Spangler falls back to 5th. Terry Landis takes the 4th spot away, and Spangler again cut off by the Money King.
And Kyle didn't know he was still out there.
And Tyler Wilson rides the wall in turn 1 for just a split second. But Isaac, your best battle is for 2.
Yeah, that bottom line's real. Look at the slide job. Look at that.
Woo! Nice,
The crisscross and everything. We love that.
Nice.
That's what I love to see here.
Shreves counts to the back and takes 2nd away. Ross again on the crisscross again.
There we go. They both get good runs to the center of that corner right there. Connor can clear him here.
Shreves again.
Here comes Randy, though.
Both groups are working out amazing here at the moment at the Speed Palace, guys.
Randy I watch Randy a lot. He's so good in sprint cars.
The race for 4th. They both go upside down. Look at Terry Landis.
Look at the gift that just went into Patrick's hands there.
The high side banger says, thank you very much, boys and girls.
So much netcode. Kyle violated Terry. Not in a good way.
Oh my. What a laugh here.
well.
So Tyler Wilson, meanwhile, through 3 and 4. Will take the win in Heat 2. Connor Ross second. Randy Shreves third. Patrick Spangler fourth. I have never seen from Terry Landis. I've never seen a picture. I've never seen a picture perfect front flip like that, where someone just somersaults that many times. So, just wanted to get that out there.
That was only Heat 2.
Yeah, that was only Heat 2. We're in for a treat here tonight, folks, and we're not even at the main event yet.
We're not even to the B-main yet.
Yeah.
Or Heat 3.
All right, Heat 3 brought to you by the Salty Dogs race team. Here is how the starting lineup looks. It is Chad Cote, Jeff Barker, row number 1, Bob DeGood and Zach Chapman, row 2, Donovan Ross and Jack Hitt in row number 3.
This Heat does not live up to expectations. My face is not on any one of these cars. Disappointed.
Well, hey, if we didn't do like the top 2 automatically go to the feature, Buddy would have been on 1 car. You would have been on 2 cars.
Well, in honor of watching Top Gun Maverick on the way home yesterday from PRI, I'm going to root for Goose.
All right. I like it.
We love that. That's a good pick, man. I'm gonna go with Zach just because he's come from the Raiders.
Oh, has he? Okay. A little soup there, huh? So soup's good food.
Here we go for the green for Heat 3. Underway. Good start from Chad Cote. Great start. They're nearly 3 wide off the quarter. Zach Chapman makes the move.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nice move by Zach. Yeah, Marty, I was going to say, Chad messaged me. He's excited to be in the Renegades. But he says, if you're on the telecast tonight, look for me up against the wall every lap, every single lap, every lap. Even if it's gone, I will be there.
Remember, he did win Port Royal in the Rebels division last season. Oh, man, Zach Chapman, Jeff Barker nearly touched for a second. But here comes Steve-O for 4th here, Isaac.
Yeah, and he's rocking the high side. I don't think Bob DeGood knows that he's going to be up there with the challenge here. Oh, almost pinched him.
Oh, Zach Chapman
bouncing it off the wall.
Absolutely. The sparks fly here at Port Royal under the lights. All the time here it happens. Meanwhile, no one has anything for Chad Cote, Dean, like you said. Just at the fastest lap, 15.76. And already at just about a second lead.
Yeah. The Goose is cruising at Mach 10 right now. Holy smokes.
Yeah, and you know, Chad really doesn't have a lot of experience in sprints. He's really only got about 2 years running these cars, and you know, look how improved he is.
I'm loving Jeff Barker here running the low side and actually making it work.
I could use that spark from Chapman to his advantage, but no, Chapman survives just barely. We're coming to 2 to go. This battle not over yet for second, Dino.
Yeah, and you know, with a big track like this,
oh,
you know,
Zach Chapman right in front. How does Steve-O keep it straight and not even suffer any damage to the 5?
Announcer's curse, I'm sorry.
Yep. That moves Bob DeGood up into the final transfer spot in as we are on the final lap.
The Steve-O's got black and split pea green on his car.
That's a nice scheme.
I like it. Different. Very nice.
Cote wins heat race number 3. Barker, Ross, and DeGood to your final transfer spots.
I was on Cote, so I didn't see what happened to Zach. I take it he landed in the Ceilings Grove?
Just decided to make best friends with the wall, and
yeah,
it's like the Ute tires, they always win.
It was more of a give than a take relationship.
Final heat race of the evening, brought to you by Maurer Farm Management. Starting lineup looks like this: Jeff Flero and Chris Schaefer, row number 1. Jesse Atkinson, Blake Chapman, row 2. G.J. Boydell, Barry Goldner in row 3.
Excuse me, I didn't know we had a 4th heat here.
Yeah.
These are great nights when you get 4 heats, man. I love it.
Absolutely, you have to.
They had 4 heats in the matinee.
Holy smokes.
Wow.
Well, new season, man.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be here.
Let's see here. Connor,
Let's
by
lead
the
the points.
Dean, Connor did confirm, by the way, Petrol Plus is out front of the burger barn.
The burger. Oh, Isaac, that's something where we gotta take you.
Let's do it.
You would walk in 122 pounds soaking wet. What do you something like that?
155?
Same thing. You will walk out
Good
178
Lord.
when you leave the burger. The biggest portions of food you'll ever find, and good.
I looked bigger than Marty in New York first time. Let's get back to this
Yeah, let's
P4
get to
here.
this heat
My
race.
right hip is bigger than Marty.
Underway here for heat race
And I'm
number
not even
4.
fat. Chunky.
Valero home serve on the start. Chris Schaefer second. Jesse Atkinson third. Look at the run meanwhile for G.J. Boydell. Hang on! Atkinson got the wall in 3 and 4. And Isaac, I thought he was flipping as we got a race for the lead.
Is he gonna? Oh man, he pinched him up there into the wall here. They're gonna be dead even coming into 3 here.
Schaefer may
You
go.
can put it. He's gonna be able to slide.
He does. But he catches the wall. Off of turn 4. Flaro's got a shot, Dean.
Yeah, I know. Yo, hang on. When you scrub that front stretch wall, you lose so much speed. Jesse just wants everyone to get out of his way.
Atkinson you just saw it there. Atkinson had a huge head of steam in turn 4. He had to back out of her, or else he was turning Chris Schaefer sideways.
Bale's been nice and smooth in the middle.
Blake Chapman looking for a second. Wow, what a low line. He's got on Chris Schaefer. Ooh.
In the wall.
Here we go. Schaefer for the lead. He's got it. Takes advantage of the Flaro mistake, and Flaro loses 3 spots. 2 by 2 down the back chutes. This is amazing.
Under a blanket. Holy smokes.
Yes.
Top speeds, 140 miles an hour going into turn 1, fellas. Schaefer and Chapman for the lead. The salesman makes his pitch to be out in front.
Yeah,
For Christmas, I will take the Galen's party pack.
He's
Hang on, Schaefer! Wow, through the fence, a beautiful flip and down into the B-main. And now the race. Absolutely, Atkinson won second. White flag out in the air, 1 lap to go. Boydell's backing out of this, saying, hey, I think you guys are going to rock. Ooh, Flaro rides the wall. Wow, what a save. And Atkinson with a run for P2. Flaro may have to slide job. We know who's going to win this heat race. Flaro wants P2 out of this one, and he's got it.
No, Flaro, good job.
Nice slider from Jeff Flaro.
Wow. That was action-packed from start
to finish.
Goodness. That's one
of the best heats I've ever seen.
That was a great heat.
We were on lap 6, and all 4 of them were still right next to each other.
It looked like a pace lap. It really did. I got Windows Security, Virus, and Threat Protection, Windows Defender Summary. Somebody's putting porn on my iRacing computer. I don't know what's going on.
Dean!
TMI, Dean. We've already had a mess up tonight.
Jeez.
It wasn't me.
My lord.
So 6 go. How many start?
All right, Gambler Motorsports, the B-main. We have already taken 18 drivers. And so the top 6 will make it into the show tonight. Preston Kramer, Kyle Moonen on the front row. Jack Hitberry, Goldner in row 2. Jeff Kemper and Terry Landis, row 3. Zach Chapman, Chris Schaefer, row number 4. And Roger Craig will round out the field for our last chance qualifier.
There's some good drivers in this B-main. Holy
3
smokes.
big guys are going home.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this is an intense B-main.
It'll be interesting to watch Zach and Schaefer come from that row 4 because they both had speed in their heats.
Don't count out Roger way out in the back there.
Absolutely.
All it takes is 1 wreck here.
Salty dogs are very seasoned. You never count them.
Yep. So we'll focus a lot on the driver that has the final transfer spot that currently belongs to Terry Landis. 6 go in. 3 will be watching from the pits drinking a beer.
In the club.
Bevo made it.
Green flag is out.
Long green flag.
Kramer gets
3
away
wide
from
for
jumping,
second
3
already.
wide for second. Hang on. Moonen gets out of that clean. And Goldner side by side for third position. Final transfer spot still belongs to Terry Landis. His lap 1 goes up in the books. Oh, and a Barry Goldner. Look out.
Roger.
Roger cracks through the
thank
fence.
you.
What a pass. What a dodge to move up to 5th. Chris Schaefer with a final transfer spot in 6th. But the Bass man just went up 4 spots in the span of 2 laps to do that, guys.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Preston Kramer with the race lead. Kyle Moonen 2nd. Jack Hitt 3rd. Jeff Kemper 4th. Roger Craig 5th. Here's Chris Schaefer in 6th. Terry Landis
Ooh,
somehow
Zach up in the wall.
keeps it straight. Terry Landis was involved in that wreck, but somehow is still 7th and right behind Chris Schaefer's tail as he right on board with the Desert Demon.
Right out of the park, 3rd, 4th.
Oh
Was that
my
Moonen?
goodness, that's Moonen! Moonen's out of the ballpark! And
He's
Moonen,
out.
the Money King, is out of the show!
That's the biggest upset of tonight.
He didn't make it in one of the previous races last season. I think, what was it? Oh my God!
Oh, smoke. Preston almost slammed into him.
There was a race he didn't make last year, and you see the A-arm on the right front's damaged. Oh, he's in trouble.
Oh, Jack.
Oh no, Jack!
Juice.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Roger hangs on in 5th. Head still in it in 4th, luckily. Look
This
at
has
this.
put this B-main wide
Kyle
open.
needs to park the car.
Yeah,
I think
steering's
Zach
gone.
has really bad
Yeah,
steering
it's
right
gone. Zach Chapman, the final transfer in the 6th position now. And Jack Hitt's now hanging on for dear life. Barry Goldner may have a chance in this one. And you see Moonen just letting the drivers go.
Look at Landis going for Chris here.
Yeah, good race for 2nd.
Yeah, up in the 3rd position. Here we go with 2 to go. The race is on. Who's going to make it in? Jack Hitt or Barry Goldner? Off at turn 2. Here comes Barry. Closing in. 2 beaten and bruised cars, but refusing to lose. Barry with a preferred line, but stuck up there in turn 4. Bad exit. And Krem walking at the white flag. This is going to get intense through 1 and 2. Barry's got the run off the corner. Side by side. Barry clears Gentleman Jack. And through 3 and 4, Barry Goldner's going to make it into the show tonight.
The last lap.
Wow. Let's show
I think
you.
Jack might have ran out of gas anyways, though.
I think so too.
Yep.
There you see Moonen, how the aftermath was in the flip. Let's see if we get you another shot of how that all started. I think it was just a simple wall ride. Wow. That's a tough break. Moonen is out of it. And that, folks, will be a drop race for him this season. So now we move on to the Oswegan Speedway warm-up watch.
Wow, he smoked the fencing and everything.
He did.
Focus on his 83 car, make sure he's got his proper setup in.
Of course you are, Dino.
Yes, I am. Just making sure he's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm interested to see? Very interested to see the guys that had to run in the first heat here, or even say like Brandon that haven't ran since qualifying.
Because they had a tacky
Try to
setup. Good point.
Try to set their cars up and go to town here in the feature.
Yes, they are set at a disadvantage. Good point.
And they're both running with each other here in the practice.
And they are 3rd and 4th quick. They said that.
They're naturals. They're naturals.
Yep.
Patrick's at the top of the boards.
Oh, John Hine.
There goes John.
Off turn 4. Yep.
That was close. So
You know what I'm excited to see? We're in the Premier League. We're in the Premier guys. Let's be real here. I'm excited to see if these guys can make the bottom work. I think they can.
Well, we know Brendan Lacey will make it for us.
Oh, of course.
I think
we know.
Mike Chapman will do real good, and Jeff Barker as well. They always seem to make the bottoms work very well.
Last year's winner of this race was Patrick Spangler in this one. Spangler
Yeah,
currently
the high side.
quickest. Yeah. John Short gave him a good challenge last year, and then Short got
Man,
the
I
wall.
remember that race. That was an intense battle.
We were hyped up the entire night.
Yeah, that was an intense one. I'm excited to see what we can do tonight.
Same here.
That wall's getting tough because there's a lot of guys going in and not coming back out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're risking it for the biscuit right now, just to test this high group on a very late push. Risk it for the biscuit. You've never heard of that?
Never heard that before, Dean?
No.
What do you mean?
What cave have I been living in?
You've never risked it for the biscuit? What in the
I
world?
like biscuits, but with gravy over them.
Well, yeah. The gravy's if you make it stick and win the race.
Yeah.
No, I'll have to use that sometime.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Cool Ray, the Coast to Coast Racing League, the Osh Weekend Speedway, and all the fine drivers and sponsors, we thank you so much for choosing to spend your Monday night with us. It's now time to meet the field of 24, ready to take the green for 30 laps at the Speed Palace. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Super Dirt Car Series starting lineup. On the front row, it is the Professor John Hine in the 71 and the Spider Monkey Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Row 2, the Lowline Master Brendan Lacey in the 414 and Macho Man Tyler Wilson in the 42. Row 3, the Goose Chad Cote in the 11 and the Salesman Blake Chapman in the 20. Row 4, Joe Dirk Canellis in the 1 and Connor Ross in the 35. Rounding out the top 10, it is the Bruins Beast Jeff Barker in the 513 and Jeff Flero in the 200. Row 6, the New Hampshire Rocket, Aiden Young in the 69 and Randy Shreves in the 56. Row number 7, Devo Donovan Ross in the 5 and the Pink Panthers Jesse Atkinson in the 127. Row 8, Jack Clevenger in the 78 and the high side banger Patrick Spangler in the 39. Row 9, Bob Good in the 7 and DJ Boydell the Iron Man in the 014. Row 10, the A-Lit Outlaw, Preston Cranmer in the 07, and Chris Schaefer in the 23. Row 11, the Desert Demon, Terry Landis in the 61, and the Bassman, Roger Craig in the 747. Rounding out the field tonight is Scooby-Doo Zach Chapman in the 72, and Barry Goldner in the 36. They make their way through 3 and 4, about to get the Race Against Childhood Cancer green flag. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? From coast to coast, the Professor and the Spider Monkey bring us to green. It's showtime at the Speed Palace.
Let's look for the slider here in 1. Look at Brendan on the bottom.
See, look at that.
Looking to go 2 for 1 for the race lead, and he's got it. Brendan Lacey, the defending champion, goes to the point early and off in turn number 4. It is Lacey that leads lap number 1, but it's John Hine right on his tail in second. Dittmer in third, Dean.
Yeah, and Chad Cote, not only did he lie to me, he's looking to get to the top.
Absolutely.
The top is dominant right now, but like Isaac said, it's going to be interesting to see who can make that middle work later on.
Cote runs in the 6th position. Brendan Lacey is minding his own business, trying to pull away from John Hine. Dittmer, a mistake off turn 2. Wilson tried to use it to his advantage, but it didn't work out. Wilson sparks in 3 and 4, keeps the car going for right now. Everyone on the top dominant side. No one wants to take a risk on the
Look
middle
at
except
Dittmer
for
here.
Dittmer. The Spider Monkey, too much of a slider. Into John Hine, there they go. Big wreck breaks out. Dittmer hard on the inside wall. Caution waves.
So I guess that wrap's not good luck.
You know who is in love with that right there? Tyler Wilson, Blake Chapman, Chad Cote.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the replay and show you again in real time. That was a great slider from Brandon Dittmer, but once he caught the wall, he just started losing control, Isaac.
Just got a little bump in that wall there, and he got him. Just made the car twitch a little bit.
That's a violent hit for Brandon Dittmer.
Am I okay?
I think so.
Yeah, you're fine.
Do I need a quick repair? A little touch up?
Got a crease on your nose, but that's about it.
Look at
nose
this
is
ride.
crooked.
Look at Dittmer, all 4 wheels off the ground. Cote, I think, just got a piece of it barely. Man, that wreck could have been disastrous. That front of the front of the field should have all been involved in it. But thank goodness nobody else. Ooh, another car got involved. That was Ross. Let's take you on board here with Dittmer in this accident.
Is it going to be the gyro?
Nope, it is the rear tail tank on board. Man, great camera shots here. So first caution flag waves here tonight at the Port Royal Speedway 4-hour Renegades. While we're at it, take this opportunity to let you know what is coming up next the rest of the week on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, as well as next week's Monday Night Madness race. So you know what? Hold that thought. We'll give that to you in just a little bit. I am told that we got to get set here for this restart. So 4 laps will go up in the books when we go back to the green flag. Brennan Lacey leads. Tyler Wilson second. Blake Chapman third. Chad Cote fourth. Jeff Flero fifth. Randy Shreve 6th, Aiden Young 7th, Joe Canellis 8th, Donovan Ross 9th, and Jeff Barker rounds out the top 10. First mission 22 restart of the evening for the drivers in the Renegades. Lacey is your control car. The Renegades champ brings us back to the green flag.
Oh, they're wrecking. They're
big stack
already
up from
wrecking on the
behind.
front.
Very small restart, and I think the guys were anticipating.
Chad Cote was one of the drivers, I think, that got involved in that. No damage on the front of the Cruise 11 machine. But the top 3 have a huge breakaway on the Canadians in 4th and 5th. Look at the gap between Chapman and Cote there, Isaac.
Yeah, it looked like the stack-up started with Randy and Flero, and it just ended up getting basically everyone from 4th on back, super far back.
Let's go to your race for second between Macho Man and the Sales. Oh my goodness, Jeff Flero! Holy cow, what a flip! GJ Boydell's also involved. Caution waves.
Wow.
Oh
wow.
my goodness.
I just seen a car flipping in the background.
Me too. That was ugly.
Most exciting.
Oh.
They were racing for, I believe,
Wow.
the 5th position. Just rolled the ball. Wow.
That's an all-Canadian meet there in turn 4.
That may be the wildest ride Jeff Flero's ever had in iRacing.
Wow. He went over the fence at 90 miles an hour.
Look at that.
Now,
impact.
interesting point, though, here. If you do tow, the track's long enough where you can actually get back out without missing the start.
Look at all those sparks flying.
It's like a Williams Grove.
Yep.
Like you and I talked about, Isaac. It's like if you combined Knoxville and Williams Grove, where they all had a baby.
Comes with that virus I just got. Marty's not going there.
I ain't going nowhere with you, Dean.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, you're coming to New York.
I'm about to put you. I'm
Get
about
the
to put
job
you on the bleachers. You can call the race from the bleachers instead of the booth here.
They could be like the what's
The
that
bleacher
one?
bums.
Yeah, the bleacher bums. There you go.
Bear Hill and Williams Grove. We can go to Williams Grove. Put me in Bear Hill. Come on, Marty. You have the technology. You can throw my face up in Bear Hill.
Yeah, I can
I'd
do
figure
that.
out how to do that. Yeah, you know.
I believe this is one to go here.
Yes, it is.
as
Lights
well.
are off the Steve King Foundation pace truck.
Everyone get out of the pits.
Brennan Lacey, your leader. Tyler Wilson, second. Blake Chapman, third. Chad Cote, fourth. Randy Shreve's already up 7 spots into 5th. Aiden Young, 6th. Joe Canella, 7th. Donovan Ross, 8th. Patrick Spankler also up 7 spots into 9th. And Jeff Barker is 10th. Fires
Now Lacey goes early. Yep.
Absolutely. Great restart from Lowline Master. Was the first one to the bottom. Randy Shreves tested out. Stays in that 5th position. Here's Aiden Young as well in the 6th spot. Behind the 56 car. He's completed 7 laps already. Let's go to Tyler Wilson and Blake Chapman. Staying steady in that 2nd spot. Spangler tries to get a run meanwhile on Canellis for 7th here, Isaac.
Yeah, he's been moving up pretty consistently through here, and I guess that's really why we call him the high side banger. But everyone's kind of up there, so it's going to be challenging to get around people without getting, crazy runs here.
Better
Closing in on Brennan.
They are closing in on Brennan.
Absolutely, look at this. Wilson with a nice run on Brennan Lacey for the lead. What's it gonna take? Sends it on the inside for just a moment. Slips the wall with that right rear sneaker. Bad exit for Brennan. You can see that car bobble just a bit. Sparks, so what's going? Oh no, Tyler! Oh, he kept it back in. I thought for a moment he went out.
Now a little blink.
Yep, we're all good. Don't worry. Just stays nipping.
And once these guys up front start battling, if Tyler, caution.
Roger Craig. He is around, and I believe that is turn number 1. See what happened here to the Bassman. Racing with Dittmer and Landis for a position. Dittmer caught the wall. Nope. Different wreck. Just caught it with Landis and hard into that inside wall. Another angle here for you. We're at 3 wide. There's the contact. And there he goes. Look at that. 3 wheels off the ground. 2 different ways. Tough break for Roger. Let's show you his onboard.
Roger did get his quick repair though. He's coming back out.
Good to hear. Hope we didn't have to tow the machine.
Nope.
In that
I don't know
wreck,
where my cat is. Where's my cat?
in that wreck, there was a point where all 4 wheels were off the ground. So
The girlfriend's here, but I can't find the cat.
Have her find the cat for you.
yeah.
Yeah, she is. She's calling for Buddy.
Okay.
Get Buddy in the booth here. We need a 4th
I
commentator.
know. Jeez.
So I was thinking about this here. I think it's a good reset. It's a good reset for the field, but I think it's also a good reset here for Tyler because I know he's gonna try to probably do more than needed to catch back up to Brennan. So I think being right with him again is probably a good thing for him.
He's planning stuff out at the moment. That's a good point there.
It's going to be interesting, though. They're all running the top, and they still got 18 more laps to do that. So that's carry the 1 times 2 plus 6, 18. That's 36 times they got to go around the top.
Yep.
Oh my!
In the corner. See how I did that?
That worked.
College education right there.
Back to the green flag. He's completed 11 laps at the moment, and immediately Shreves goes after Cote. 4th spot's on the line. Shreves may even move the spot to Aiden Young to break into the top 5. Absolutely. Can Randy just find that hole? He cannot. Hang on, Spangler. Just got a bit loose off the quarter. Brandon Dittmer, meanwhile, has crashed. No caution. We stay green. Everyone hugging the top shelf.
Guys are amazing.
At the moment. Lacey's pulled away from just a bit on Tyler Wilson. And Blake Chapman is attacking him for that runner-up spot. Look at the sparks. A great angle you see here at Port Royal, Dean.
Yeah, and with the new reset, you get the sparks now off all the walls at every track, so it's kind of a unique, cool thing to see.
Absolutely.
A unique, cool thing to see. Is that English?
It's close enough.
Even some net code on that.
Yeah, I think now that Tyler's getting really pressured by Blake, that Brennan can just put in some really consistent laps here and kind of run away with this thing.
I'm surprised Blake hasn't gone down to the middle yet.
A bad exit, though, from Chapman off of turn 4 allows Cote to close in as we have passed the halfway point. 15 to go, 14 at the line. Oh,
Lacey!
Oh, no! Brennan with an issue in turn 4. Here comes Macho Man to the inside for the lead. Lacey Sparks, slide job from Wilson, looking for the race lead. Here comes Chapman. 4 cars under a blanket for the race lead. Lacey throws the slider at 3 and 4. Wilson tries to crisscross, coming to the line. It's Lacey still leading, but he just about had a heart attack for a moment, Isaac.
Yeah, holy smokes, he got up in
Caution.
the turn.
Just what he needs. Chris Schaefer on his side.
Just to regroup. Now, be
Wow.
interesting to see if his steering has got any damage, Marty. If you want to close in on the front end of Lacey when you get a chance.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that in just a matter of moments. Here's what happened to Chris Schaefer. Caught the wall and just spiked it. Wow. Big flip. Driver 23. Let's see as well if we can show you Wilson and Lacey. This was the pass for the lead. So maybe if we can get our production
Should be
crew,
lap 16,
Yeah.
turn 4 here.
We have it right here for you folks at home. Let's see if we can pull up Brennan. There he is. I think he just pretty much just rode the wall in 3 and 4 and just lost all of that momentum. Oh, all 4 wheels were off the ground at that point. He's lucky he didn't flip that machine. If he did, kiss your chances at a win goodbye.
He almost pulled a me.
You gotta give kudos to Tyler Wilson. He could have easily just stayed on the gas and cleaned him out and said he got in the wall. There's nothing I can do. But he actually let off, let Brennan collect himself. Didn't wipe anybody else out. A lot of respect there.
Looks like from that camera angle, Brennan looks okay, but it's just going to be all about, did the suspension take a beating? Did those shocks take a beating as well? You know what I mean, right, Dean?
Well, and yeah, your steering could be at like an 11 to, pointing to the 11 instead of the 12. Anytime you get in a wall, you can knock that wheel out of tow.
Let's see if,
Or even a 1 o'clock.
let's see here if this shows us a good idea. You can see
It looks
he's
pretty
not,
good.
Yeah, he's not able to turn the car straight. We'll check in with that angle in just a matter of moments as we'll come back to green with 11 laps to go. It's been a fun night here at Port Royal Speedway, a very intense night. I've had some incredible races. We had the debuts of single car qualifying with track records being broken tonight. In Rebels, Joe Canellas, 15.553. In the Renegades, John Hine, 15.413. Lacey leads, Wilson second, Chapman third, Cote fourth, Aiden Young round out the top 5. 12 laps to go when we come back to the green flag. And there goes Brent. You have to fire early at this point with the way your car is. And we'll check.
Oh, look at Patrick on the bottom.
Let's check Lacey's onboard, see how the car is when it comes to steering. Lacey looks good. He mentioned Patrick. He loses a spot to Randy Shreves, back to 7th. The high side banger goes. Blake Chapman under attack from Chad Cote for the 3-spot Dean, but Chapman wants Wilson still for runner-up.
Yeah, it's going to be coming down to 10 to go. It's just going to be really who doesn't make a mistake.
Caution.
Check and see who the yellow flag is for. Connor Ross and Terry Landis. Landis is around. That's in turn number 3. Show you what happened. Malcolm's replay. Ross caught the wall. Yep. They just looked.
Christmas cookies. I got Christmas cookies.
Oh boy.
Christmas cookies. I knew there's a reason why I'm making. Hey, buddy. How you doing, bud?
We found
Buddy's
him.
here. Yeah, he's right behind me.
Nice.
Watching. Don't be putting the lid down on the Christmas cookies. Hey, God, she takes one and puts the lid down.
Another angle. Man, look at that ride. That is a ride for Terry Landis where it could have been easily possible where his car could have automatically reset to pit road. It really could have. This is on
Christmas cookies.
Is on board, I believe, with Connor. So we will have 9 to go when we take this restart. And it will be insane. Who do you got winning this race? Let us know in the chat. It's been quiet here in the last 10 minutes. Devo, the last one to Chad, say ouch. I think that was the reaction to Jeff Flaro's flip. Light should go off this time off the Steve King Foundation pace truck. And it does. Brennan Lacey leads. Tyler Wilson second. Blake Chapman third. Chad Cote fourth. Aiden Young fifth. Randy Shreve sixth. Patrick Spangler seventh. Joe Canellis eighth. Jack Clevenger ninth. Zach Chapman round out the top 10. Your biggest mover of the race is Zach Chapman, up 13 spots from the drop of the green flag. And I should mention, Zach Chapman playing alphabet soup tonight. Finished second in the Raiders.
How about Joe Dirt? What a run for him.
Absolutely. Canellis is an 8 as we come back to green. Another great jump for the low-line master, who's pretty much led every lap except for one here tonight. Wilson still trying to hang on to second spot. Randy Shreves, Patrick Spangler go to work. Spangler takes the lead to sixth spot after Shreves took a risk on the baby bottom.
Oh, big wreck. Oh, there goes Zach.
Yep. And that chance for the All About Tie-Dye Hard Charger Award has been dashed. So, yellow flag will fly once again here tonight. Here's what happened to Zach. Bruce has gone to Clevenger and around he went. Atkinson caught him. Luckily the car did not flip, so he can go for a quick repair. Then Roger Craig comes in at just the last split second.
Now, by the way, a new rule. I thought it was a matinee rule, but I noticed it's a new rule here. There's no limits on quick repairs.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's a mistake or if that's a new rule. We have to maybe investigate on that because I noticed that during the matinee. Now it just looked and said no limit quick repair.
Look at that camera shot of Chapman up in the air.
We lost Isaac.
Is on board with Scooby-Doo.
You do, Isaac, get some of my Christmas cookies too?
Yeah. Sorry, you had me thinking about cookies.
I already had my
Reach
cookies
over
earlier
here.
tonight. Chocolate chip oatmeal cookies.
Oh.
I have
Oatmeal raisin.
I have strawberry cheesecake for cookies.
Do you really?
Raspberry cheesecake.
That's all right. Look at you having those cookies. Marty, grab a cookie.
It's in the It's in the kitchen. I gotta focus on this still. Maybe once we get done, I will.
That's yellow.
No.
I gotta make sure this stream doesn't get messed up, if you know what I mean.
I like a man who
All right.
takes care of his
Lights
craft.
out here.
Alrighty, 7 to go for this restart. In what's been pretty much an insane race so far tonight. Brennan Lacey leads. Tyler Wilson second. Blake Chapman third. Chad Cote fourth. Aiden Young fifth. Pretty much the most notable change after that restart. Patrick Spangler has moved up to sixth. He's currently the All About Tie-Dye Hard Charger in this race.
Here we go.
Try it again. Another good restart. Let's see who takes advantage of this. A lot of sparking in turns 1 and 2. Everyone trying to hang on for dear life. Chapman all over. Wilson again for the 2 spot.
He's got loose coming out. Good
6
save.
to go.
He's barely hanging on.
Absolutely. What do you do here if you're Blake Chapman? Do you just try and wait for Wilson to make a mistake, or when do you go to the bottom, Isaac?
I don't even. Oh, caution.
Yep. Brandon Denver.
I don't know, man. I think the
No,
biggest place you can even do something on the restarts is, well, really on the restart. You know, going into turn 1, maybe somebody gets loose going into 1 or something, take advantage.
Ooh, that's a hard hit on the inside wall for the Spider Monkey.
Am I okay?
I don't know.
We're taking a beating tonight, Dean.
God, he's never going to race this rap again. I'll tell you that.
He's probably
Get all the photos, everyone, all my fans, all 3 of you. Get as many photos as you want.
He's gonna race.
Oh, that is a big wreck.
Yeah, He's going to race my car. Remember, he got a top 3 at Fallujah last week.
Yeah, he podiumed with you. He's on quick repair 7 with me.
And you see, look at this. He almost put a Kyle Moon in like he did at Kokomo.
You got a great memory. Great memory.
If you know, you know.
Now, Isaac, before that yellow came out, do you think Blake was close enough to maybe try a slider?
Absolutely.
To get Wilson? Yeah, I thought so too.
The only part that I'm seeing here for Slider City is there's almost no grip through the middle. So then you have to make sure your car doesn't slam up into the outside wall. So you're losing all your speed.
Yeah, is there enough to grab you on that outside wall?
I mean, the wall. We've seen everybody else using it right now.
A long night for the drivers here. But hey, it's well worth it. It's 2023. We're beginning the new year in iRacing right with a bang. 5-lap shootout to determine the winner. Brennan Lacey's had the best car all day, but can Tyler Wilson or Blake Chapman or anyone else spoil the party? We're going to find out here in just about 5 laps from now. 2.5 miles remain here at Port Royal. Bad restart from Tyler Wilson. Spun the tires on the exit of turn 4 on the slick stuff. Bounces off the wall. Blake's got to make his move now right here, Dean, if he wants it.
I don't know what happened to Tyler. If maybe he got the wall and we didn't see, because last 3 laps he's been struggling bad.
There he goes. Runner-up spot on the line. Sends it in. The Salesman SP2. Oh, Lacey got the wall. He's hanging on for dear life. Wilson's 1 second. He sends it into turn 3. Lacey hanging on with the lead still with 3 to go, Dean.
Oh. That's confidence in your ability. Hit the wall.
Caution.
Don't even know how bad your car is. What? God, Spangler making a battle.
At the line, Chapman was in second.
Wow.
Now that's big.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge if you're Blake Chapman for sure. Jesse Heck is in the cause of the caution. Here's what happened. It's like Clevenger loose in front of him. Ooh, Canellis got loose. And, oh, wow, what a flip. Look at Canellis. And he keeps the car going somehow, some way. Look at that. Both belly pans exposed.
Already dropped belly pan. You're chock full of information.
And
I wonder if you could put a wrap on the belly pan.
And you can't. And Canellis goes side over side, end over end.
How's the cookies, Isaac?
It was very needed.
See, Marty, you missing
been watching racing all this time, man. Like you gotta have a treat here. I'm missing my my racetrack, like my racetrack food. I won't even lie to you.
Right, Marty, Hoffman hot dogs.
Zweigels.
When we were at Oswego, there was some burger that I had.
Bomb. The bacon
bomb.
That's the best burger in
I had like 3 of them bad boys. I loved it.
Did you go to the busted yolk?
I don't think so.
The busted yolk is awesome. It's an egg on top of your hamburger, and they just break the yolk and have it ooze all over the red meat. It's amazing.
Liquid gold, I call it.
Oh.
You know what else? You know what else is gonna be amazing? The last 2 laps of this race.
Oh yes, it will. Here we go. Here we go. Blake Chapman.
Isaac, well worth your salary, man.
Blake Chapman wants to steal the win from Brennan Lacey. Our first attempt at a green-white checkered of 3, but not an attempt at overtime. Brennan Lacey, Blake Chapman, or the field. Who's it going to be? How's it going to be done? We're moments away from finding out. Lacey going to fire as early as possible in the Mission 22 restart zone. Back to green. Chapman timed it well, but Lacey puts up a good gap. 2 clean laps from Brennan Lacey, and he's your winner tonight. Everyone just hanging on here for dear life. Oh, we got one sideways. And that'll send us to overtime. That's Parker, Landis, Cranmer and company.
And Aiden and Cote almost got together going down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Cote got pretty lucky with that caution coming out there because I think Aiden would have just went right on by the outside of him.
That was Cranmer that did the 360 spin the spin cycle, I should say. Let's pull up Preston. There he was, the contact with Jeff Parker. I think we had a couple of people as well disqualified after that. No, that's just a blinking
12X. Might hit their 12X.
All right, so.
Something else I'm seeing here, sir. Both sirs. It's showing me green, white, checkered 1 of 3 here. Is that because we're on lap 29 and we haven't truly reached overtime, or?
It should be 1 of 2 when it comes to GWC.
Let's see.
Well then.
Unless the rule was changed that I'm not aware of.
Well, they may, yeah. Trying to look. I have a 0X right now.
Yeah, I have a 0X too.
I think I got a 3X or 4X.
8X in that day. Yeah, Preston Cranmer is blinking pretty good.
Yeah, so that could be an issue in the back of the pack. Luckily, he is in the rear of the field, I believe, with that spin. So, overtime once again. Overtime. Every race we've had here tonight broadcasted. Lacey, Chapman, Wilson, Cote, and Young, your top 5. Spangler, Shreves, Clevenger, Hine, your top 10.
Let's see how good.
Already had in the matinee as well.
Let's see how good Blake can time this restart. I think that's gonna really determine this. Here we go.
Yep, he's gonna need a better one.
I think he timed it well, but a lower exit off turn 4 may have cost him. And again for Brennan, 2 clean laps, and he wins this race tonight. Just trying to avoid the wall as much as you can while the track is extremely slick. The slickest it's been all night tonight, off for 4. White flag is out, 1 to go at Port Royal. Brennan up in the wall once again. Blake closes in a great 1 and 2. The salesman will have a chance down the back chute. Going into turn number 3. Chapman doesn't go for the slide jump. Lacey, though, doesn't make a mistake. The Renegades champion begins the 2023 season off right. Lacey wins.
Talk about making a statement right there.
After 2 contacts with the wall. That's amazing.
Brennan Lacey begins his championship defense off right and telling the contenders, hey, if you want to take this ring off of my hands, you got to get through me. Hard charger of the race, up 12 spots, brought to you by All About Tie-Dye. Barry Goldner from last through 12th.
Oh, good run, Barry.
Good for Barry.
Absolutely. Steven's going to be proud.
There you see it right there, folks. And so we'll talk with your top 3, Lacey, Chapman, and Wilson. And we're glad you could join us while we're at it. Give you the schedule for the rest of the week here. Tomorrow night, Topside Tuesday, brought to you by Gambler Motorsports. We take the Fort 10s and Pro Late models to Bristol, baby. And then in our Asphalt League, a new Asphalt League, the trucks will go to Atlanta for 60 laps. That race, everything beginning at 7 p.m. there, broadcasted on Simtrax. Wednesday night, the Hometown Heroes at Lincoln Speedway, all sprint car races, 305s, 360, Fort 10s. In addition to Street Stock Enduro, Extreme E-Speed TV will have the coverage there. Thursday Night Thunder, brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies, will have the small blocks, the big blocks at Lanier, and then the Xfinity Series at Atlanta for 60 laps. That'll be on Extreme Speed TV as well.
Me and Isaac are looking forward to that.
And then Friday night is Friday Night Lights, brought to you by Gears Unlimited. Small blocks, crate lates, and 305s at Port Royal Got Your Six Racing Network has the coverage. Next week, we go to Lernerville for week 2 of Monday Night Madness, and yes, the fall off count will return. So,
Nice.
top 3 will pose for a photo here, and I believe we do not have everybody in the room, so I will put people in the room then. Pretty much being a threat, saying I'll do it myself. So
You make a statement, Marty.
all right, let's begin the proceedings here. First off, we'll begin with the Macho Man, Tyler Wilson. Tyler, that's got to be a tough run, man. In second, you were able to get past Brennan at one point, then he got the lead back, and then falling back to third. Just walk us through that second half of the race from your perspective.
Second half was really just hang on, man. 1 and 2 was so sketchy. It was just send it in, watch the screen bounce all over the place. Hope you didn't bury it in the wall. And hopefully you shoot out a 2 and you're all right. Brendan made a couple mistakes there. One, I had to check up quite a bit, and I just didn't. I mean, I got the slide job in 3 and 4, but it wasn't a good enough one to keep him from doing it in 1 and 2. And then the second one, he just kind of got a little squirrely there in the middle of the straightaway, and my decision making was lacking a little bit, and I just kind of didn't know what to do. Checked up, and yeah, kind of let Chapman around there. But Chapman was on my butt the whole night, so he was certainly fast too. That was an awesome race. I was white knuckling that thing for sure.
Absolutely was, man. It was a heck of a race. Who do you want to give shout outs to on the run?
Shout out to Ross over at Velocity. He's done all of our paints, does a great job. Shout out to you guys here for the broadcast. I always love go back and watching this thing, especially when I get to talk here at the end. All the guys that put this on, and Training Wheels Racing there. I think Patrick, kind of came up through the pack, maybe had a decent run. Sounds like maybe some hardships for Brandon, but we'll go back, watch it, and hopefully be better next week.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go. Great job. We'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you. See you next week.
Absolutely. Tyler Wilson, our third place finisher. Let's get to our second place finisher, the salesman Blake Chapman. Blake,
Delicious
so close,
popcorn.
man.
More delicious popcorn.
Blake, so close. What more did you need tonight?
I don't know, Marty. Maybe a couple more laps there at the end. I felt pretty good there towards the end of the race, and I felt like I was catching Brendan just a little bit, but at the same time, he was probably just trying to keep it out of the wall and maybe not pushing it as hard as he could have been. But it's a pretty tough track. It was my first time running an open setup here. I ran some fixed setups, officials in with the league, and I don't know about this track quite yet. It seems pretty top dominant, but a pretty good run for me tonight. I'll take P2, that's for sure.
Did you consider the slide job on the final lap, and what led to not going for it?
Yeah, I did. Seemed like he just pulled away from me a little bit down the backstretch, more than I thought he would, and I was just hoping that he was going to go and try and defend the slider, and I could just run up high and then cut it down about halfway through and maybe get a run that way. But he stuck it to the top, and yeah, I didn't want to junk us both there at the last corner. So yeah, just I knew I wouldn't be able to keep with him down the backstretch. Probably I was running a lower gear. Guys were pulling away from me on the starts even. So that's just an adjustment I'll have to make for next time.
You're a good man for sure, salesman. Who do you want to give shout outs to on the run?
Parents, grandparents watching and supporting. I got to thank the boys at the Crane Sim Racing Team and the K&M Racing Team. I love running with those guys. And I'm not sure if you've heard of them, but Galen's Gourmet Popcorn, they have some delicious popcorn. Head over there to their website, use code CART.
So whoever wants to send me a nice Christmas pack of Galen's, I appreciate it.
That's right, Dean. A great Christmas gift. Use code CART. Make sure you use code CART for 15% off.
Yeah, 15. Awesome.
Oh, yeah, 15. And, I was listening to Marty earlier in the broadcast. I can't believe he forgot how much off it was. Can't believe that, but
hey,
15% off.
When you get 2 weeks off, you forget.
Okay, I forgive you. But again, 15% off some of their delicious popcorn. They got tons of flavors. They're all delicious. And I got to thank you guys for putting this on.
All right, man. We'll let you go. Great run. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Marty.
Blake Chapman, our second place finisher here tonight, as we go to Cool Ray Victory Lane and we talk with your race winner. Here he is, folks. It is your Renegades champ, Brennan Lacey. Great way to begin a title defense, sir. How does that one feel after dominating that one?
I wouldn't call it domination. I'd call it hold on and survive is what I call that race. This track is one of the sketchier ones that we run, and luckily it's the first race of the season. Hopefully I don't have to see it again this year. But yeah, you know that the top of 1 and 2 is just an animal. There's no way you can set a car up to get through it the correct way, so you just got to hold on and hope, and that's what we did. I knocked the front end out of it with about 15 to go, so that was throw the right rear in there, hope it grips, and don't touch the wall type of run right there.
Was that when you caught the wall the first time?
I think I caught the wall like 4 times. It's one of them. I don't know which one, but one of them.
We saw that 1 and 4 and the 1 and 2 there. You know, Brandon, when you caught that 1 and 2, I thought you were going to go out of the park and everything, and yet, how can you just go into 3 and just hold your foot to the floor and say, we're going for it? I mean, you basically did.
A lot of nerve and a lot of practice. When I hit the fence, I didn't lift either, if that helps you at all. I said, if it's going to yard sale, it's going to yard sale. Let's see what happens here. But you just have to have confidence, you know. Lucky enough, I can set it down, and I like cars to be tighter. So if the front end knocks out, the car gets tighter. It helps me, really. It doesn't really affect me at all. Now, when the wing gets jacked up and it gets loose, then I have some issues. But you knock a front end out and make the car tighter, I'm still going to wheel that thing.
With obviously as the defending Renegades champion, what does this win mean to begin your hopes of back-to-back Renegades championships?
We're just going to hold on and see what we can do here. You know, one race is one race. We're too early to be looking into that stuff for me. You know, I hope we can figure out this single car qualifying stuff. I feel like it was a little bit too long time-wise, just for us drivers. I know these guys are on the, you know, Eastern time zone. They got to working in the morning real early. So I'm hoping we can get into that. It's a pretty cool deal that you can do that. I've ran it multiple times with DOB, and it can be a real fun thing there. I just a little bit more experience, and I think we're going to dial it in. But, you know, get us a little run going here, and let's see what we can do. Get me to some short tracks where I like to be, not on these wide open on the fence kind of tracks, and we'll see what we can do here.
Next week, Lernerville, what's the outlook like there?
Good to be determined. That track can be so two-lane. It's crazy. We found success both ends of it, so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping to have old crew chief back, see if Goldner can get off work and come race with us again. But,
just
you know,
don't be a statistic. Don't get on Marty's fall-off count.
I hope to not be on that count. Let's put it at that, boys.
You know, we may have to keep track by driver. That's a good idea. Thanks for that. Thanks for the good idea, Devo.
Year round.
Oh, Devo's got that down.
Yeah, Devo will win the most. Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
Big shout-out tonight to Moonin. Not his night, kind of a off night for him, but he was struggling. He was not too happy in his car, but you know, he stayed around there when he didn't have to, and he helped me stay calm during that race. Because as Goldner told y'all last year at this track, I'm not a very patient driver, to come to say, but he held in there and helped me through that thing, let me know the gaps and everything to keep it smooth, told me to keep it out of the fence. So big run out there. Shout out to him. Bandy build as always. Hopefully we can get a couple more boys in here and start putting on some shows. Ross, Velocity Race Designs, for always doing these things, and thank you for you guys coming back doing this. Really enjoy watching this thing next day of and night of as well, so I really appreciate y'all for coming back.
Appreciate the time, man. Congratulations on the win.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Good run, Brennan.
Brennan Lacey celebrated in Cool Ray Victory Lane. Cool Ray's goal is to make sure that race tradition of 100% customer satisfaction lives on today. Cool Ray is proud of their reputation of providing excellent service to homeowners and businesses in the Southeast. Their mission is to continue to build long-lasting relationships with their customers through their winning spirit and commitment to 100% satisfaction guaranteed. So you see the winner there in the Speed Palace Victory Lane. Your official results for tonight look like this. Lacey takes home the win. Chapman second. Wilson third. Cote fourth. Young in fifth. Spangler sixth. Shreve seventh. Hine eighth. Clevenger ninth. And Kramer rounds out the top 10. Yes, you hear the laughing. You know what time it is. It's funny time.
Makes his appearance when it matters.
Yes, he does.
When it matters.
I didn't see him for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
He's doing.
You're looking at the cookies. He's looking at the cookies.
He is.
You are. You're looking at the cookies. You didn't help Spangler though. You didn't help the high side guy. Oh well.
He's a good boy.
Continue with the finish, Marty.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, buddy. Down. There you go.
All right, let's pull up those final results as well while we are at it. There you see them. Tough break for a couple of other drivers. Zach Chapman had a hard Charger win in the back, but unfortunately spun the car out off of turn 4 at one point. Rest of the results look like this: 21st through 24th on your screen. Of course, the heartbreak goes to Brandon Dittmer. My guy finishes third. My car finishes third, and your car finishes last, Dean. So
Marty, I don't. It's funny though. I just took a couple screenshots in case he never brings that paint out again. He's sitting in the pits for the last 20 laps. I guess he wanted a beer or something. Wonder why he didn't go back out.
Hey, good for him, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God bless him. Knowing Dittmer, I bet you he is. He's probably. Let's see, what time is it? 10:32 East Coast time. He's probably 6 Bud Lights in.
Probably.
Yep.
So, all right.
I'm only this.
Yeah, look at you. He's already on it. I'll be in just a bit. So, all right.
I'm in 6 cookies in.
Yeah, you are. All right. Next week, Lernerville, Sarver, Pennsylvania. So we stay below New York. So probably just stay a week overnight in
Patrick Spangler's home track.
Yep. Go to the Spangler home track. Dean, what are we expecting next week? Obviously, a lot of fall-offs, number one. But when it comes to the racing, we should be in for a treat again.
Yeah, but if you remember last time you did the fall off, we were thinking that the Renegades was going to have a lot, and I think, well, they only have 5 or 6 for the entire program. So, but yeah, hopefully, I'll talk to Roger. Maybe we'll do 2 cars on the track for the qualifying there to speed it up a little bit. But I enjoyed it. I got done with my little modified league and popped right in, and it's good to be in the booth with you too. And I tell you, the Renegades is still Renegades, man. It's
awesome.
I said earlier to Chad, I go, they always message. I go, this is the best. Oh, there's a lot of great leagues in coast to coast, but Renegades is the number one.
Absolutely, 100%.
There's nothing better.
Absolutely, Isaac.
I'm expecting multiple grooves, man. Like Brennan said, he's done it both ways now, top and bottom. And people like obviously like Brennan and them, Steven, like that. They're gonna be fast on the bottom. They're gonna figure a way out to make that bottom fast, and I have no idea. So good for them. But you're gonna have your guys that are usually up just right on the ragged edge. So I think it's gonna be quite a bit of fun.
Absolutely. So with that being said, we will bid adieu here for this evening. On behalf of everyone at the Coast to Coast Racing League, Cool Ray, Oshweek Speedway, all the fine drivers and sponsors, Roger Craig and his wonderful, amazing staff. On behalf of my broadcast partners, Dean Reynolds and Isaac Salas, Marty Sakala, signing off for tonight. Congratulations to your winners, Brandon Templeton and the Rebels, and Brennan Lacey and the Renegades. So long, everyone.